Evening. How we doing on there? It occurs to me I've probably got the camera wrong. Right, hang on a sec. I'll just slide myself into somewhere so you can see what I'm monkeying with. Talk with her. Just stop trying to snap to stuff. It's not help. There we go. I'll sit here, I guess. That'll do. Sorry. There we go. That's better. Good. Yeah. Smashing. Hello there. How's it going? We'll start with Michelle and Dr. Gompen and Michael Gretchen, Lakota, Raz UK, Toby, Musical Melody, Synesthesia, Alfred, Jeff with Boats, Niall, Andrew, Jaloo, Rich, Whoosy, Paddy, Rick, We Fade to Black, Wilkie Bar Kid, Dalton, Big Galar, Rusty IT, Nerd, Keith, and Code Monkey Guru, and the Quiltless, and Jason, and Chris, and Gradgy, and Tim, LDSK, and Daywalker, and Eduardo, and Wayne, and Merlin Kernau, and Off the Rails, and Eric, and Angel Wolf, and Richards, and Rachel, and Max, Salasiel, Kiefer, hello, Ozian, Gabor, Wayne, possibly again, Exia, Benjamin, Rendrag, Clumsy Cole, and Arjun, David, and Swinny, Eileen, David, Sleepyhead, Pioneer, Keith, Steady Bob, Butcher Johnson, Yankees fan, Mitch, Griffin, Nick, Daz, James, Tea Kettle, Mr. B, Jay, Chris and Matthew and Phil and Andreas and Armethian and Bob the Bomb and Tony, BN3, Garrison Sand, Caleb, Matt, Starsky Parker and Patrick and Dr. McDacky and Frederick and Silent Shark and Eric and Dave and Andrew and We Fade to Black's chucked a euro in the bucket, you celebrity. Carsten and Jeffers has chucked $2 into the bucket, you big stud. And Excalibrate, and we're a bit loud, are we? Okay, hang on, I'll fix that. Rendragon Career and Stony and Haru, Nomad Geek, Bruce Sutherland, Brad, Megan, SGA83, LDSK we've done before, and Patrick, Ian, Kim, Nerd Player Character, and there we go. Right, good. That's enough of that then. Right, let's crank that down to about there. Then let's go over here and turn the old machinery noise down. Otherwise, the machinery noise is going to be too much to bear. Let's crop that down to about half. There we go. Good evening. I think I said hello to everybody there. You've all caught up on that one, you see. So the hello requests come in thick and fast. It is July here on the farmstead. And I've done a few bits and pieces while you haven't been here, but then I do that. I've got one of those for reasons that will become apparent probably a bit later on. We're going to do cake pretty much straight away, and you know that's going to be it. I've driven into a fence, and that's going to be a good thing. Mike louder, no, Mike's at his loudest. The game sound was too loud. So I've turned the game sound down a bit, and now everything is going to be copacetic. Oh, it is. Oh, just totally marvellous. Right, yeah, I've got bales that need picking up. I'm pretty sure my cabbages and friends are all being catered for at the moment. I'll get out and have a quick shufty. Yes, 3,900 litres. Smashing. Raven, it's your first ever stream. Have I ever watched Blades of Glory? Of course I've watched Blades of Glory. Yeah. The cake tree is going well. Oh, you'll see. You will see. Carbos has flung 50, beg your pardon, of the Norwegian crowns in the bucket. What a game this turned out to be. You've got more than 600 hours in. I could easily have put 600 hours in by this point without breaking a sweat because, hang on, I've just got to move some stuff around. Move that over there and then this up here and then over down here, then get back into it. And Wayne has chucked 10 of the US dollars into the bucket as well. Thank you very much. You're all very generous people, and that's why I like you. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, no, it's very easy to put a ton of time into this game because it's a perfect game for putting in exactly as much attention as you want, or by just just playing it casual. You know, you can just go fairly casual with it. And I like that too. Right, we're going to need some. I don't think I do need eggs. You know what? It's not going to do me any harm to take some eggs. So let's egg it up. Right, drop that off there, and then off we go. Now, to be honest, I shouldn't really put these on the trailer. I should put them on the flatbed. But hey ho, it's all good. It's an opportunity for me to take Forky number 1 out for a ride anyway, and we do like a bit of that. Right, how's the farm? Oh, you'll see how the farm is. We're going to be doing a fair bit of it. I've got a lot of jobs on the go because there's always a lot of jobs on the go. And I think having done an awful lot of jobs now, my favourite thing to do is just to harvest wheat in a combine harvester. I know that, and you know, that and the baling afterwards. That's you know, it's all good fun. No, I rather enjoy doing that. That's quite pleasant. Patrick has flung 13 and 99 cents of the Canadian dollars into the bucket. Thank you very much, Patrick. Hello from the other Brighton in Ontario. Well, smashing. Ontario, I think, actually, people tend to say, rather than Ontario. Yeah, they do. Well, I should do that as well then. They live there, that's their choice. Right, do you want to get... Yeah, good driving. Right. I don't know if we need eggs or not. I've got all the ingredients. I know that much. I haven't checked in probably a month and a half, but I've definitely got all the ingredients. That's a thing. Get out for a shufti. Yeah, it is. It's a Britishism by way of Indian immigrants in the 1950s. It means get out for a look. Basically, go and scope things out. And that's how our dish became chicken tikka masala. So that is our national dish. We eat more of that than anything else. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Come here. Yeah. Actually, that might be out of date. That's a bit of knowledge that possibly dates back about 15 years. Therefore, it may since have been superseded by cheeky Nando's or flipping anything for that matter. But I mean, if you can be bothered looking it up, then there you go. Right, that's got that in. Let's strap it down. Well, strap it down then. No, that's your flashlight, you goon. Oh yeah, hold on, I can't remember the button. What's the strap it down button? Strap it down button is C, F. I thought it was F. It is F. It's not F. No, otherwise it would have worked. It's Z or X. No, it's one of the buttons used all the time. Is it G? No, it's not. I'm sure it was F. Well, that's your flashlight, so it clearly isn't. V. No. What's the... You know what I bet it is? What do you bet it is? I bet it's because I've got my controller plugged in. Right, try that on for size. Right, okay. I bet that's still flashlight. There is still flashlight. Oh, crikey. It's R. It's R. Right, I knew it was nearby. Yeah, there you go. I've still got my controller plugged in, but there it is. Right, okay, that's stop number 1 taken care of. Is this cake in preparation for my birthday in August? Robert? Doubtful. I'll be honest. Very doubtful. But I mean, look, if you want to take it as such, that's entirely on you. But no, there is no real occasion. I've just been trying to make cake for ages. Yeah, okay. And Kaylin has been a member of the Fail Brigade for 11 months. Don't catch you live often, but you're always perfectly timed to provide background noise while I work on e-discovery for some attorneys. Thank you. Okay. What the relationship between this channel and attorney-based behaviour? I'm sure there is one. This field is a disaster. I wonder who owns that. It's not me, since you're asking. Don't drive in the lamppost. Yeah, I know. You're thinking, well, he's done that in an erratic route. It's just the route that I take. I've got lots of regular routes that I use to get to things, and very few of them are actually what you might call the right route, which is using the road. But you use the road and you're asking for trouble because some motor vehicle is going to ram you. Right, get the trailer down. Come on. Thank you. Right, now get out. There we go. Forky number 2, please. Right. I had a happy happy while where I was stuck. This is flour. We've got eggs. I'm now going to grab some flour. Noni, you turned 23 last week. Have I got any advice? Keep it up. That's really all the advice I can give you in your 20s. Oh, knickers. Yeah, that's all right. Just a bit of spatial awareness not quite coming off. No, you've got ages to go yet. Try and figure things out as you go, and try not to upset too many people along the way. But say yes to things. This is advice I've been giving recently. It's when someone says, "Do you fancy going to do this?" And it sounds, you know, it's a little bit out of your comfort zone because it's not necessarily something you've done before. But you've got no real evidence to base on whether or not it'll be fun. Say yeah. Say you meet new people and experience new things and build taste in stuff. The myriad experiences that you can build up help you decide who you are a little later on, because the variety of things you end up doing later on slim down a little bit. Yeah, I know, it's like I've done that before. Oh, I have done that before. Yeah, okay, come on, just now. Before any of you decide to say, you know, you can just send all of this stuff direct to your cake shop. I mean, yeah, but that would make for a really interesting video, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be absolutely riveting? Going like, look at these numbers changing. Whoo! Excitement. No. You gotta, you know, once in a while do the work. And I mean, I might switch it over to auto cake production. I don't really fancy spending the next couple of hours doing nothing but humping pallets of produce around all over the place, but you know, there it is. Yeah, right. Chicken tikka masala is still listed as the English national dish by Wikipedia. Good. When that fact was one that I learned, it was, I think it was chicken chow mein was actually number 2 on the list, with good old traditional fish and chips at 3. I don't know. Yeah, stacking things on top of eggs seems totally sound. You can totally stack things on top of eggs. Tip to tip, an egg is extraordinarily strong. This is also factual. It is only around the equator of an egg that they have structural integrity issues. Now, obviously, you shouldn't park your car on top of an egg. That's going to end poorly for the egg. Your car, possibly not so much. It's not even likely to notice. But the egg is not going to fare quite so well in that particular encounter. And snag it. I'm not going to grab all of these, because as soon as I grab this one, chances are another one will just pop into its place. Right. Come on. Off we go. As soon as I grab this, there we go. Thank you. Yep. Yeah. Don't put it at the back. It's going to make your trailer very difficult to control. I'm going to put it wherever I like, Sunshine. You can just shut your noise. Wait for it. There you go. Alright, hop off this. Let's, there we go. Bit of that, bit of this, bit of the other. Right, there we go. Where does a root beer float rank? Badly. Look, I love root beer. But you, hold on, no, you've got to go and reposition your belt number 1. Okay, hang on. Belt number 1 off on. Thank you. Now, regular root beer, love it. Sticking ice cream in it, terrible idea. Just a terrible, terrible thing to do to a perfectly sensible beverage that maybe tastes a little bit medicinal, but other than that, it's perfectly sensible. Arjun says, as a Brit of Indian origin, I'd never think of having a local curry. No, because you can, well, I mean, you know, presumably you cook your own. I mean, to be honest, I cook my own as well, but, no, it's, I've a few Indian friends who've always had recipes passed down to them as a family tradition almost. Not to mention the fact that an awful lot of the curries and so forth that you get from a local restaurant is going to be one of the manufactured dishes that are almost a British Indian original construct, rather than it being something that was that came over from India in the first place. Real Indian food is the best. Yeah, but even bad curry is decent. It depends. It depends. I mean, it depends if the person who's making it knows what they're doing. You know, even if it's come out not great, as long as they know what they're doing. I mean, there's some. I mean, I've used a whole bunch of kind of jars to make curries over the years, and it's always beaten by actually using, you know, fresh herbs and spices. Right, here we go. Here's Cake Central. Right, okay. What are we talking about here? In the Cake Central, we've got sugar, we've got milk, we've got eggs, we've got strawberries. In fact, I've got everything. Oh no, hold on. I'm missing materials for cake. What am I missing for cake? Well, talk to the machinery and it'll tell you. Okay, I've got to run round to the business end. Right. Hello. Yes. Right. Butter. Needs butter. No, that's fine. That's fine. I've got butter. Butter I've been manufacturing for just this special occasion. Right. As long as it's super spicy. No, I don't think you even need it. So I mean, I love hot food. But I don't think that curry necessarily has to be. I mean, my personal fact, if I'm going out to an Indian restaurant or so forth, my weapon of choice tends to be a balti, which was invented in Birmingham, and it's named after the pan in which it's cooked. But that's, you know, that's the joy of having a personal preference. Oh, there we go. Do you want the eggs as well? No, you're all good for eggs at the moment. All right, okay. It's topped up on eggs, but that's all right. It will use them once we start pumping in the butter, which is our next stop. Ever had a fruit curry? I've had curry with fruit in. You know, but other than that, yeah. Right. Okay. So here we go. Here's the where are we here? This is that's sugar. Right. We're okay for sugar at the moment. And then here is the dairy, where I've been producing butter. Now I'm going to describe this as a forklift truck, and we all know that it isn't. It is it's a skid loader. Yeah. I know I bought all kinds of machinery I shouldn't have, but I got fed up with taking my one forklift truck between multiple different destinations, so I decided to get different equipment for different places. Now the primary purpose of this is to dump bales in to feed my cows, who've been procreating really rather splendidly. I've got a selection of bovine friends now that could be sold or just kept for sentimental purposes. I'm not even sure entirely sure this is the right loady front thing. Anyway, let's get rid of the pallet spear, the pallet spear, and grab the pallet forks. Come on, get on. Thank you. That's the ticket. Now, as practical as this thing is, it looks daft, and I love it. Yes, Toby, cows. One would imagine that you had enough cows, given that you spend all day with them. I mean, I know they're your friends and everything, but you know, there's too much of a good cow. Let's put this trailer in a slightly more convenient place. Where's that going to be? Do a quick lap of the building, I reckon. No, you don't need to do that. Just stick it on over here. About there. Yep, that'll do it. Right. Hello. Right. There we go. Yep. Good. Yeah. Yeah. So, what am I missing out on? Joe, you're missing out on going the right way. That's for starters. Is this the cow level? Nah, the cow level is a lie. There we go. Right. It's good. C2K has been a member for 11 months. I don't know why the old YouTube miscounts that by a month, but it does it for everybody. Congratulations on a year as a failed brigadist. I hope it has brought you suitable levels of joy and merriment. Okay, so what you're telling me is 3 packs of butter are heavier than me forking. Alright, fine. We'll back up, and then we'll go up a little bit. Oh, wait for it, back up. Yeah. Right about there? Looks about right. It is about right. Pick her up. Oh, come off it. You can't be so... I reckon I can do this in 2 wheels. Don't do it in 2 wheels. Flipping heck. Alright, okay, you're gonna need some kind of weight on the back here. I think there is ever such a slight chance that I did this with a tractor originally. Oh yeah, just look at... You can't even manage one? Oh, you are worthless. You're dead to me. Look, this is the last missing ingredient for me to start manufacturing and selling cake, which I have long felt would be the means whereby I become filthy flipping rich in no time at all, and I can buy all manner of expensive business. I mean, it's not stock what are you doing? It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, I've been buying all manner of expensive business along the way anyway, but it hasn't really slowed me down. But gone are the days where I used to strap my forklift onto the back of the trailer and just drive it around the place. I can't believe it's not lead. Yeah. No, there you go. That's exactly the type of butter it is. Near enough. Just... Oh, come on, Tiger. You can do it. Just... You've got... you seriously telling me that unless I have it all enough... Go on, get off. Alright, okay. I've got to have it completely flat against the bit of the back, or the weight offsets it. I'll tell you something else, my other forklift trucks wouldn't be having this drama. No, they'd have no problem at all. It's skid. Bobbins. Right. Near enough. Keep it under control. Keep it up. What if we went up really... No, it's too late to go up really high. You're going to have to do it again. Nah, just shove it along like this. There you go. Right. Go on you go. That's it. Yeah, who needs 4 wheels? Right. Okay, alright, okay. No, this is alright. That's okay. This is it's a small problem. Just... And on you go. On you go. Listen up, Butter Factory. I'm very tempted at this day. Hey, I'll probably do it. In fact, yeah, that's how you should do it. That's how you should do it. Right, okay, I've got an idea. Right. Okay. Well, I mean, getting it on the lift a little bit better would probably help. That almost went very cleanly on first time, but hey, no, it's okay. Kevin's chucked a £5 in the bucket for the butter recovery fund. Thank you. You see, now that I put it on there, it's going to have no problem at all. You just got to put it on fully, and then you can get 4-wheel flaming traction going. Now, what do you do? I'm not akin to just how readily this thing will steer. Clues in the title, bruv. I know it is. Right, there we go. Hands right, down. Whoop. Come on. Up we go. Right, there we are. How much more do you want? Another 2 pallets, please. And then we'll do a quick investigation of the cows before we go and turn the cake machinery on. And you can stop vibrating. There, on the back of the trailer. Pack it in. No one's impressed. You know, there's ever such a chance that those ones that are on their side... Yes. That were on their side... may actually stack a little bit up. Just spin. Come on, get on. There you go. Right. There we are. That's it. And it's all going to be good. Now, of course, as much as I'm expected untold riches from this cake behaviour, it is going to take a little while for the cakes to actually be manufactured. So fortunately, I have other jobs to do while we wait for that to happen. And then, rather than auto-selling the cake, no, we're going to take it to the cake shop and sell it manually, which will involve more of this kind of behaviour. Put it there. Put it there. No. Up a bit. No, that's not going to work. Get off. Yeah. And do you reckon that's got it? No, because your forks are still engaged. It doesn't snag unless it's gone back up. Back up. Close enough. Right. There we are. Right, okay, let's do these as well. And this one. Okay. Right, now one more pallet. Yeah, I know it's exciting to watch. You know, unless this thing starts getting with the program pretty flippin' soon, I'm tempted to sell it and just go and get another forklift truck. But it is quite handy at feeding the cows. That it does come into its own there, but it's not coming into its own here. Right, ram it into there. Assume we're on properly. Does it look like we're on properly? Ish. Right. How are you going to do this then? Using skill. Okay. Yeah. No, it's not going to play ball. It'll play ball. It'll play ball. Right, now up a bit. Where are you going now? Oh, I don't know. Why don't you just drive the whole thing onto the back of the trailer and take it all? Yeah, right. Okay, there you go. There. That's where I want it. Up gently. Up gently. Keep going up gently. There you are. Go forwards a little. Whoop. Gently. Gently. There you go. There it is. There we are. Now down. And pull back. There you go. Perfect. Right, I'm done playing with that flaming thing. Right, strap it down. Getting the motor up the trailer. We are. What's that? Five pallets of butter and a pallet and a bit of eggs. Right. That'll be good. It's gonna be good. Gratuitous. There is nothing gratuitous about any of the drama I perform on this channel. All of it is sensationalist drama. Yeah. I mean, occasionally I get a harebrained notion that I decide to commit to video, and then just as occasionally I just get up to harebrained stuff that isn't even based off a notion. It's just me getting the job done badly. But you see, if you wanted to make the most money out of this, you'd just have all of your constituent parts auto feeding into the factory here. Right, now before I do that, I'm just going to make sure it's not on auto sell. Where do you do that? Not here. No, yes you do. Yeah, we're storing. Cool. Okay, this is going to be exciting. I got 4,000 litres of flour, which might not actually be enough. Whatever. Yeah, I mean, it'll be enough to do some, and that's more than none. Okay, around we go, and around we go. Right, there's another half pallet of strawberries gradually going bad in the sun, and that's a pallet load of sugar. Right, here you go. Get some butter in you. It's good for you. Oh yeah. Oh, there we go. That's that lot. Yeah. Give it a bit more. Magical. Oh yeah. Right, dump the trailer. Move the truck out of the way, because that's where it's going to put my my pallets of cake. And then we'll go see what sort of progress is being made. I might have to go find. No, I brought some flour. That's all right. You brought flour with you. Oh yeah, I did. Are we making anything? Well, that's gone down. We are, yeah, it is. We better not be making flipping bread. Bread is deactivated. Cake is active. There we go. 192 cakes a month, and it cost me 60 quid a cake to make. Well, 60 quid to make 5 cakes. Hey ho. And in this case, by a month, it means a 24-hour day period. So that's going to be busy for a little while. I'm going to take off now, and we'll do the next job. How's my spice tolerance? No, my spice tolerance is pretty good. Yeah, it's fine. Certainly, of my routine friends and family, I have the strongest spice tolerance. But it's like any other muscle. You got to train it. You've got to get good at it. Whoop! Don't drive into the sugarcane. Thank you. Just there we go. Right. Yeah. Okay. What are we doing next? Right. Well, let's go and show them the disaster area. So you will see pieces of land like this. Right? Pieces of land like this are where I'm working on something new and haven't finished it yet. And eventually these will form other usable areas. Now this bit up here, this is the latest one that I'm working on, and it's just such a pain to work with, because while the end result up there is actually quite pleasing, where you've got the trees and you've got some rocky texture going on, it looks all right. You can't get rid of the boulders. And that's really annoying. I'd love to be able to get rid or place boulders. There's no reason for it, because you can't terraform those. Oh yeah, perfect landing. But then it has a tendency to land with. What's that? That is a log. Okay. Yeah. Because originally, gently, stop overcompensating for your bad steering. Originally, all of this was more or less flush with the road. But I've tried to make it all flush with itself so it turns into some usable flaming farmland. Now, eventually, this is going to be where I'm going to put my grapes, this top section. Yeah, this'll all be grape up here. That's where we're going to make the wine to go with the cheese. I'll fence over to the side. It's got a load more smoothing to be done. Got to knock the edges out so it doesn't look quite so artificial. I mean, it's always going to look a little bit artificial, but that's the best you can do with the tools presented. Right, okay, stay on enough wheels so we can keep moving. There you go. So yeah, so that's a bit of a dog's dinner at the moment, but it'll turn out all right eventually. Right, there's baling technology, but I mean, if you've watched any of the series at all, suffice to say you've seen baling technology in action. Then we go down here. I built a car park. I don't know if you've seen this before. It's just a little bit of machinery parking there. That's my very own combine that I own. I bought it with my own personal spending money that I'd earned by doing grass, mainly. The big field here. Yeah, the big field is as solid as it ever was. I've reshaped the big field to be a little bit more cliffy. It's about halfway done. That cliffside, it's not quite there, but it's getting that way. And then this is my one and only solar panel, which just keeps enough ticking in that it isn't a total disaster to have to pay for vehicle maintenance, because otherwise it would be a total disaster. Right, I'm going to go grab a little bit more flour, dump it off up the top of the road, because that's the one thing it was shortest of. And then we'll get on to the next job, because the next job is an interesting one. Gretchen's chucked $20 in the bucket, thank you Gretchen, towards the local village street sign replacement fund. The municipality seems to have plenty of money to replace them, because I'll be back there in 2 minutes and they'll have filled them back in by then. I don't know how they do it, but evidently they've got people on retainer to do just that kind of thing. No, you took it too sharply. That says give way. I give nothing away. Right, stick us a bit more flour on here, would you please, Forky 2? It's okay. Here we go. Yeah. I bought this land because it was incredibly cheap. How much was paid terraforming it? I think in total I spent probably $750,000 on terraforming before I got the mod that makes terraforming free. if I hadn't have done that, I would probably be up in the 10-15 million range in terms of the amount spent on terraforming so far. In hindsight, while it's allowing me to build quite a unique farm, it is not. I would have been better off just buying a rectangle of land and working that instead. But I thought that was a bit boring. So no, my terraformed multi-slope farming solution, I'm quite pleased with overall. You reckon we'll get another one in there? Well, we're going to try. Whether it goes cleanly or not is an entirely different matter, but we're going to give it a go. Okay, right. It's because your forklift truck's a slightly longer wheelbase than the skier steed. Skier steed? That's the fella, yeah. You want to be careful with them spoonerisms, son. They'll catch you out. I know. Right. Roadblock in the way made of flour. Jerry has been a member for 12 months. Jerry, sorry you're late. That's all right. You're not late. You arrived precisely when you intended to. You're busy with a new house. You'll finally be able to watch the stream from your new place next week. Exciting! Presumably that means that that some telecoms company or other has actually been able to connect you in a sensible amount of time. Every time no, that's gone poorly. Every time I've moved, they've gone like, oh yeah, it'll be 2 weeks to connect you. I go, the socket's in the wall, son. Just go to the computer and change the line state. Look at that, slick as you like. Change the line status to on instead of off. It doesn't take 2 weeks. I compare many jobs that companies do in this country with the amount of time it takes them to build a new Aldi or Lidl. Right. I was working for a games company. I'm not going to tell you which one. I was working for a games company, and the process or the timeline that it took to get a new game that you'd put together into a digital store by going through all of the necessary rigmarole, and that's excluding QA, right? So it doesn't need this doesn't include QA time, because QA is quite an involved process. But the amount of time it took to get it on store was 8 weeks. 8 weeks after you tell them you want it on the store, it would appear on the store. I somewhat frustratedly said to the person who gave me that timeline, I said, in my hometown, Lidl have just bought a patch of land, and in the space of 6 weeks, they've taken the patch of land to having a store on it, and not a small store, a big one, where no building existed before, and it was packed full of stuff, and it had had its opening weekend. They managed to do that with effectively a supermarket faster than you could put a digital game onto a digital store. I would just like to point out the stupidity in this. Here's the other job we're going to get up to today. I want to get rid of the rest of these trees. Yeah, all right, okay. So that's what we'll do after I've dropped this flower off. Just honestly, it baffles the mind, and such inefficiencies only come about because people, because we let them get away with it. Yeah. Need more people griping about this stuff. Right. There we go. Right, that should be in range. Yes, in range. You grabbing those? Yeah. Right. Do you want all of it? I've got a bit more. There you go. Lovely. I love how it does that. It would be so easy for it to just take the whole pallet in one gulp, but no, taking partial bits of the pallet. That's a nice piece of design. Right. I'm just going to move this sugar into the right location to get picked up, and then I shall endeavour to do the same with the strawberries. There you go, stick that about there. Do you think that's doing it? I don't know, it might be. Dr. Gompen has flung 200 of the Norwegian crowns into the bucket. Have a nice rest of the stream, people, I've got work to do. Here's a parting pittance for the bucket. That's a generous pittance. Thank you very much. I hope you catch up on the stream and it suits you later on. Kuza has flung a fiver into the bucket. Thank you, Kuza. Because it's your late fee for turning up to the stream. You know that's not a thing, right? You people invented that. That wasn't me. I mean, you know, I'm pretty mercenary, and I'll endeavour to extract some cash from me every time I get the opportunity. But that's not one of mine. That's something that's made up by you lot. Right. There you go. Right, what have we got in there? Oh, it's auto topping up eggs, strawberries, and sugar. That's good to see. But so far it looks like we've used a grand total of 4 litres of flour. This is a really fast factory. Really super fast. Speak to me, factory. Was I involved in Time Splitters Future Perfect? Only in a distribution sense. So not... I didn't have anything to do with making it. But from a community management sense, yes. Oh no, or was I? Time Splitters 2, I definitely was. Can't remember the other Time Splitters, but there you are. The Lidl didn't have internet for the first 6 weeks, so the manager had to use a hotspot on his phone. Quite possibly, but it did have 4 walls and a roof and a product range. And I consider that to be slightly more complex. I've got 8 litres of cake stored now. Oh yeah. Yeah, now I don't know what buttons I'm pressing there, but they're the wrong ones. Right, what vehicle for this endeavour? Right, well, you want a truck. Give me the truck. Come here, truck. We're going to need a tractor. We're going to need a chainsaw. Got a chainsaw. You're going to need the convoluted log machinery. Oh, goody. We're not doing anything complicated with those trees. We're just taking them out, getting them sold. Then possibly a bit of storing of the bales. That will possibly happen. We'll then whiz it forward. I don't drive through the sugar cane, you Burke. We'll then do a bit of time advancing to get to the point where we make our first exciting cake delivery. And if you're very unlucky, we'll get to the point where it's sugarcane harvesting time, which is just the biggest pain in the bum in the world. Kevin has flung a tenner in the bucket. Thank you, Kevin. I mightn't have come up with a late fee, but I doubt you're complaining about it. Oh, no. No, of course I'm not complaining about it. I mean, you know, do I look strange to you? No. No. Right. Okay, tractor. Which one do you want? Do you want the big one or the little one? I'll be honest with you. Unless they're right next to each other, I can't tell the difference. Let's take this one then. Alright, okay. Yeah, is this the big one or the little one? I think this is the little one. Yeah, I'd have to park it next to the other one to be able to tell you for certain. They're much of a muchness. Right. Okay, so convoluted logging technology. Now, I mean, obviously I've done some of this. Try not to knock this over. That's all semi-organised. That's my security cameras telling me something's amiss. I like it. What? Yeah, no. I did enough with this to actually get almost proficient with it. Still going to be a fight. We're still going to fall over. All of that kind of business. You know, I mean, I say a marginal level of proficiency, but it's still fraught with danger. There you go. Whee! Gently does it. Gently does it. Oh, you know what we didn't bring? Stump grinder. Get the stump grinder as well. We're going to need it. Okay. Alan's flung a fiver in the bucket because he found it down the back of the sofa. Here's a bit of spare dosh for the coffers. Or the coppers. I'm sure they wouldn't mind either. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Alan. Much appreciated. Yeah. No, you've left your stump grinder somewhere else. Do you think we left it by the stumps? It's possible. Oh no, where have I left that? I don't know. It could be anywhere. The more you do it, I mean, you can see it in the mini-map, right? I've left bits of equipment just lying around all over the place. I've gotten very lazy when it comes to putting things away after I'm done with them. To be honest, I'm not overly satisfied with the number of kind of barns and storage huts that I've got, so I end up just dropping stuff off wherever it falls. You know, Just that's how it is. Noni has flung 200 of the rupees into the bucket. Fees for missing most of the stream because of sleep. Noni, that's very generous of you. Thank you very much. And also, well done on passing 23. Keep it up. You're in the learning curve now of figuring out who and what is important to you. It's a big learning curve for ages. Try and be nice to people and say yes to doing stuff. You'll have adventures that way. Yeah. Right. Who's the better farmer, me or Clarkson? Well, Clarkson's actually got a farm, and then of course he makes his hilarious errors on purpose because there's a camera going on. Yeah. That's why I stopped watching. I have watched Clarkson's farm. It is moderately entertaining, but by and large, I give him a wide berth. I'll tell you what put me on. I stopped watching Top Gear before he was fired for punching a producer in the face for having not brought his steak at the end of the day. I kind of went up. Okay, entitled much. That's by the by. I'd stopped watching Top Gear after the one where they were in Norway. Where they'd come up with the alternate snow plough, and Clarkson was on the back with a flamethrower, because I went, this is, I mean, you know, you kind of go, oh, what a disaster! He's accidentally set fire to something. No, he did it deliberately, and it was incredibly obvious. And at which point you kind of go, well, that's what they've been doing for years, though. And you go, well, that may be what they've been doing for years. But the point is that there was always a suspendable level of disbelief going on there previously, and now it's just like they're not even trying to make it convincing. Which is the button to put the stirrups out, because we're going to need them. I have pressed that. No, I don't want that button. I can't remember what the button is. Hold on. Do that. It's not L. Do this. No. Control grip. Crane. Yeah. Support legs, yes. Is it L? No. Support. Oh no, the support legs are another manual control job. There you go. That. Okay. Right. Okay. Thank you. Right. Good. Right now that should. There we go. Right now, twizzle. Just a little bit. I've done this for over a month. But rather like riding a bicycle, once you've got the fundamentals down, you don't forget the fundamentals. You might still get the fundamentals wrong, but you don't forget them. Right, where are you going with that? You want to do, yeah, that's it. Do this. Right, yeah, see, it's going well. Right, yeah, keep going that way. No, that way. Right, and then what's rotate? It's not that. It's not that. It's that. Oh yeah. It's nice. This is fine. This is all exactly what I intended to do. Do that. Yeah. Now, bring my arm over this way a little bit more. That's the stuff. Up a bit higher. Up a bit higher. Thank you. Over that way a bit more. Over that way a bit more. Rotate. Rotate. Oh, rotate the other way. There you go. And down. And push this down. That's not down. That's more rotate. Oh, yeah. Okay. Right. There. All right. Now, down. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And unfurl. I'm pretty sure that was unfurl. There you go. Alright, and take it away. 1. Yes. Okay. Yeah. There we are. Right. Did you see a tree sent into space because I drove past it though? No, that's nice, all good. There you go. Right, now then. What's next? Well, if you had any sense, what you would have done here would have been parked up where there was more than one log. Yes, there you go. Right. Well, look, I've got the clamps on that one, so we should be safe to move. All right. What do you want next? This next one, maybe. Okay. There you go. Right, over this way. No, steer. There we are. Easy does it. I always felt Top Gear started out with accidental incompetence, but they ramped it up too much that it ended up looking totally faked. It was totally faked. You know, I don't, no, and I agree. And I think it was the accidental incompetence was charming, and it was funny, and it's a line I walk myself. Is what I try to do is put myself in situations where it going a bit wrong is possible. What I don't do is then deliberately cock it up, because firstly, you'd spot it, and secondly, the very best commentary stuff that I do is all based on it taking me by surprise. And while you might do something daft that puts you in a perilous position to start with, don't fake it, because your response to that is going to be a pale shadow of what it could have been. This is going to end well. Yeah. So if in 30 seconds time this flips the entire rig over, while yes, I am responsible for putting myself in this position, it will be an unexpected behaviour, even though I just forecast it. Where are you going with that? Other way. That might be close enough. It's not close enough. Your claw's very unhappy with you. Claw could just get with a program. Come on. There you go. That said, I could probably lash that on from here, and then we'll just drag it. And then occasionally, I'll do something that is purposefully stupid, knowing that it's going to have chaotic results. But most of the time, I'm just trying to get the job done, just not necessarily in the most sensible fashion. Where are you going? Bring the arm in. Right, yeah. Is that going to work? It's not far off. Close the gripper. That's it. And then, oh yeah. You've got it. You've totally got this. Gripped. Just super. Go on. Because that also then leads to a situation where you fluke it. And you just got to go, oh, ho, 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 ho. Lovely. The Mud Runners series was terrific. The Mud Runners series was just so joyful. And that's because you had a pair of us driving like buffoons. I mean, you can tell when you watch the start of it. We had no idea what we were doing when we kicked off. You know, we didn't even understand how to use the winch, which was fundamentally indispensable to working. And it's before you're locking your off-road gubbins, whatever it's called. I haven't played in years. In fact, I haven't played since that series. Right, open her up. But that's what enabled you to see the learning curve, which is what made it great. And then occasionally, well, I say occasionally, every single episode, something going wrong. I think my favourite bit is Steggs was he in a Jeep or a Land Rover or something, and he drives into the river and ends up just floating down the river. That was lovely. Or when he's reversing over the bridge and backs it off the bridge and I have to rescue him. These things were just so... It wrote itself. And that's the real joy of it, is that you have to put no effort into coming up with stupid situations. Is if you just play without necessarily having due care and attention. What are you doing here? I'm just trying to stuff it in. It's not going to work. Gently. Yeah. Stupid situations will just occur. And then, the rest of it writes itself. Along with Steggs being overconfident. Well, actually, it's the pair of us being overconfident about stuff. Me belligerently so, and the boy Steggs being optimistically so. Overconfidence, the series. Right. What's your idea here? How's this going to work? Your angle's not great. No. Okay. All right. Look at this from a different perspective. There you go. Right. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to make this work, but I'm going to make it work. Even if I end up having to hold it like this the entire time, that's not going to. No, wait. Disaster imminent. Right, lift it up. Just keep stuffing it back there. Go on, get back there. It's not going to get back there. Okay, well, we could try a bit of... No, you're at max height. It's because you bought the little cheap crane thing. Yeah, it is, but that's all I could afford at the time. Don't just... Wait. I think we might have broken free. Now, if I can get a bit of rotation on this... That's not rotation, that's rotation. Right, no, wait. Up a bit, right, back a bit. Yeah. Toothless Wanderer's chucked a £5 into the bucket. Thank you, Toothless. Good evening, Colonel. My penance for being late. Just so I always enjoy your shows and rubbish videos. Thank you very much. Videos aren't rubbish. They're videos where I get up to rubbish. It's an important distinction to make. Actually, some of the videos are rubbish, but they end up being quite enjoyable anyway. What have you done to this now? It's okay, it's going fine. It's fine. We're finally in the right kind of place. Alright. Alright, keep coming. Keep coming. Right, now, rotate. That's not rotating. That's not rotating either. Stop it. Alright, gently. Bit of gentle twist. There you go. Now, down a bit. No, that's the wrong down. That's the down you want. Right, and then ungrip, grip. Right, I reckon we've got about enough. Yeah. We've totally got about enough. Now, what's the button to do the thingamajiggles again? It's not L. No. You had it. Yeah, I know I did. Is it X? No, you have to... It's manual. There you are. Right. Let's go to the log shack. Right. Yeah. Obviously, this is a little bit easier if you use a slightly smaller log. But, you know, you get more money if you do longer logs than if you took the equivalent weight in short logs instead. There, see, look, that's come out fine. The fact that I've still got a grip on it as well probably helps. What's gonna do for me here is going to be some flipping AI car just ramming me at max speed. Do you want to go down there? No, because that's a cliff. You need to put a safety fence. SnowRunner is more of the same. SnowRunner is more of the same, as far as I can ascertain. Spagun says, evening, just catching up. Lovely bit of arm work. It's all right. It's all right. You just, the secret is just go slowly. Just do micro movements until you're certain you've got the right angle movement thing, because there's 3-4 different angle movement things that you can do. I know I'm being technical, but I'm sure you're with me anyway. And just go dead slow until you're certain you've got the right one, and then it all just works. Yeah. Oi, gently. Right. Okay. Yeah, no, it's good. These logs look like they're going to fall off. Yeah, but they're not though, you see, because they've got the indestructible orange bands on. And I tell you, there is no finer bit of kit for the overconfident farmer than the indestructible orange bands. They are an absolute ruddy lifesaver. Now, see, what I'm supposed to do here is I'm supposed to turn left. I'm not going to turn left, because that involves using the road, and a roundabout's involved as well. We're not doing that. We're going down here. Yeah, there's no traffic on here, you see. Wolfer Cats have chucked in 20 of the Swedish crowns. It's not a late fee. Good. It's a donation for making me laugh. Hey, well, I see that's much better. That's far more what we want. Noni, this reminded me of overloaded grain trailers I see here almost every harvesting season. Yeah, because loading the trailer is the cheap bit. Transporting it is the expensive bit. So you get as much in that trailer as you can. Yeah. The log shack is a B-52's reference. Now, I am a B-52's fan. Now, as much as, you know, everybody knows maybe 2 or 3 B-52's tunes. There are far finer ones out there if you go and poke around the other albums that are less popular. Atlanta's hardest working party band. Yeah, they've retired now. Yeah, B-52s have retired. Well, they're all in their 70s. Kate from the B-52s runs kind of a holiday trailer park that is nothing but airstreams, and you kind of go, oh, that sounds good. Yeah. And you kind of go like, that would be the kind of holiday that you tell people about afterwards. You kind of go, where did you go? Oh, I went and spent the weekend at a trailer park with nothing but airstreams. You go, airstreams, cool. And I go, yeah, and it's owned by Kate out of B-52s. And you go, no. You go, yeah, it's really nice. I'm lost, aren't I? Yes, I am. I know where I'm. No, I know where I'm going. There better not be a train coming, otherwise this will be exciting. Excuse me, madam. The B-52s are from Atlanta. Yeah. They definitely are. And to be honest, if you listen to the other songs that they've done, they don't half bang on about it. Being from Georgia, dear me. But that's just a bit of hometown. I'm lost. And I've been here that often that I've got no excuse for being lost either. Where have I zigged when I should have zagged? I'll find it. Okay. Alright, okay, yeah. Let's go this way. That'll make a change. Sure. I know what I'm looking for. It's just not where I expected to find it. It's not up there. No. It's not up here either. It's definitely not up here. I've been up here 1,000 times. I should have done a practice run. It's going to be fine. We'll find it. Meanwhile, I'm just going to gingerly drive around town. That's up there's the supermarket. Yes, and it's not past the supermarket. No. You could call the map up. It's up here. I'm sure it's up there, but it's not though. I was also fairly sure. No, I'm fairly sure it's on the other side of the tracks. Yeah, I'm fairly sure it's on the other side of the tracks as well. Alright, okay. Well, we're both fairly sure it's on the other side of the tracks, and therefore it must surely be on the other side of the tracks. It's there! Oh, okay. Alright, fine. That's alright, I found it. Yeah. Third time's a charm for getting over the tracks clean. Ah, beautiful. Rusty, instead of a sponsored outro, I noticed Stegs on Discord a couple of days ago. As soon as I sent some greetings, both of you disappeared. Any news on upcoming projects? No! There is no news on upcoming projects. Hey. No, there isn't. That's because Stegs is a big waste. Alright, here's the reason there are no upcoming projects. The fact that we both disappeared shortly after you spotted him, purely coincidental. I mean, I'll speak to him about once a month. But, there you go. Flog me's logs. And that may be $6 grand. I mean, it's not nothing, but neither is it worth the amount of effort that was. No, so Stegs used to record in the room we used to stream when we worked together, and so he'd stay late and do his recording or his streaming from that room. And that was, it was soundproofed and it had halfway decent kit, so he was able to be as loud as he wanted to be. And he couldn't really do it outside of work because his flat had paper-thin walls and neighbours on both sides, and he didn't want to upset the horde. So that's what put pay to him. Plus, he then went and got a job with Frontier. Which meant that since he'd been focusing on dinosaurs and the like, in fact, he wanted to go and work for Frontier because of the dinosaurs. But he'd been doing Planet Coaster with me, and our Planet Coaster back and forth series was such good fun. We just needed to spend a little bit more time on it, I think. But even then, it was just such good fun to do. That's why he delisted all those videos, because he thought it was inappropriate while he was representing the company to have videos up which weren't playing the game in the most serious fashion possible. I mean, I mentioned to him at the time that the only thing that's important about a game is that the people playing it are having fun, and it was very obvious that we were having fun playing it. But he was right. Removing those words, it was the right thing to do, because it would have undermined his credibility for people who were playing seriously. So there's that. He's since left Frontier, and these days he's at whatever they're called in Guildford. I can't remember what they're called, but they make they made 2 Point Hospital, and they're currently working on 2 Point University, and he's their community guy. Yeah. So that's what Steg's doing now, and he's in a new flat, but it's just as useless as the last one when it comes to any level of soundproofing. And also, and he's plain wrong on this front. He goes, "I'm just not like that anymore." And I went like, "Yes, you are. I've spoken to you." So he's taking himself more seriously these days. He's going to go, just don't. There's no sense in taking yourself seriously. I point out that we had such an epic level double act that it was just it was a crying shame to let it go. But hey, he's allowed to make his own choices, even though they're wrong. 2 Point Studios, yeah, that's what they're called. It's fine. Yeah. And you know what? He's never once reached out to me to say, "Hey, you should be covering our game. Thanks very much." And that's because everybody's covering it. Everyone covers all of their games because it's easy mode comedy, and I don't approve of easy mode comedy. Oh, on which note? I don't know. Here's one for you. I'm going to do a review this week. Yeah, I'm going to do a review of a game that is coming out very soon. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what it is because that'd be a spoiler, and the fact that it's a spoiler is actually kind of vital to the game itself. But I've got a couple of new things coming up next week. They'll be quick fire, but I've got a couple of new things. Yeah. Right. Okay. There we go. I can imagine he was also somewhat disheartened with the fact that his YouTube channel didn't grow much. I mean, his YouTube channel was growing just fine, but he started doing Let's Play at a time when Let's Play became next to impossible to grow from. Unless you really were very, very standout. I mean, that's still the case now. Let's Play is a terrible way to run a YouTube channel now because there are just so many channels out there, and also because smart ways to grow your YouTube channel tutorials, which are right, have become incredibly commonplace. That there is almost a formula for creating a type of video that is going to grab viewers. So it's like the standard of videos on the tube has never been higher. Where are you going? I want to do that. Oh, look, that's like proper. There we go. Yeah. And so those of us who are desperately trying to cling on to the old ways are finding that actually that's not gone well. There you go. Oh, hello. That's not what I expected you to do at all. Gotta go, yeah, we had a bit of a physics thing. Ah, I see. Right. Should we try that again? It went in so well the first time. I have a feeling it's not going to go quite as well this time, but should be well enough. There you go. Twizzle. Twizzle. You know, if you twizzle it the other way, you might have more success. Right. There you go. Right. Down there. There. Right. And down. Right. And release. And then lock it. No, wait. Just, what are you trying to do? I'm trying to release the claw. So release the claw and get the flipping thing out of the way and then lock it in. There we go. Alright, okay. That's twice I've done that now. Good. Alright, back up some. There you go. In your own time. Helps if you press the right buttons, obviously. Do I want help working out the priority logic on Fever? Nah. No. I'll do it as a standalone experiment if I do it at all. Because the important thing is that I do it in a kernel failure kind of a way, which may or may not yield results. Incidentally, last night, I realise not all of you are feverists, but I know quite a lot of you are. Last night I spent 6 hours working on polishing that flipping line without significantly changing it. And what I ended up doing, because once again the roundabout had broken. Well, actually the roundabout was working, and it now works near perfectly, except the throughput of traffic has dropped dramatically, and the number of queues that it makes are horrendous. So I have, so I have, yeah, I have. I've put a signal on the roundabout again. And so far it's been working just fine, and it should continue to work fine. But I changed all of the exit and approaches to make the queuing better, and that helped a lot. But only allowing one vehicle per lane on the roundabout itself absolutely killed the throughput. Totally killed it. Could it be transport fee that gives priorities to trains by the highest value cargo? Certainly plausible. I mean, that's you know what, I couldn't tell you that wasn't the case, but neither do I think that is the case. I don't think that's the way it's doing it. But I'll tell you, I've got no clue as to the way that it's actually doing it. So yeah, there just seems to be no rhyme or reason to it. I mean, it should, at the very least, do it in accordance with whichever train arrived at the signal first, but it just doesn't. Yeah. There you go. And then when it's, you know, when something's been waiting, it should always prioritise whichever one has been waiting longest. It doesn't do that either. There you go. Right. So you know what? You know what? It could be highest value that dictates what goes first. But I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Right. I wonder where my stump grinder is. If it's not here... Oh, I know where it might be. Okay. Right. Lift my legs. There you go. Right. Because there's another one hidden here. There's another two hidden here. Okay. I'll get closer to it. Let's do this front one and then the back one. Okay. Legs down. No. Yeah, you could. I mean, you can wiggle the trailer if it makes you happy, but put the legs down. There you go. All right, switch controls. Good. 6 hours in Transport Fever 2 to achieve nothing. Standard for the game, then. Yeah, it is. I mean, this is why I do so many, you know, just bashed in train lines, because if you were to spend the time to do it properly, it wouldn't work. Anyway, I've started hatching the idea for what the next series is going to be, and it isn't a fully fledged idea yet, but it's getting that way now. Doing something a little bit different, yeah. But then I always try and do something a little bit different, even if it's repeating ideas that I've had before. But I'll tell you something for nothing. I'm done with main lines. I mean, I may lay out mainline track, but I'm not going to use the catch-all mainline trains again. It's just not. It's not worth it. They should make a lot more money than they actually do. Yeah, and I don't like that they're just randomly dropping stuff off at different stations. Does not make me happy. No. I mean, if I understood why they were doing it, that would be a different matter. But there seems to be no reason for it at all. I think we're well and truly stuck here. Maybe I can get to this one. Maybe I can't. Let's have a look. No. This looks viable. All right, give me some head rotation. Right. Down. Yeah. Grab it. Yeah. Up. No. Up. Yes. All right. And no. Up more. There you go. Now bring it round. Oop, gently. Yeah. Right, change your viewing angle. Mm-hmm. Is that about right? That's about right. Twizzle it. Let's go that way. Yeah. Shorter end forwards. And down. I would just drop it, but yep. The reason I don't just drop logs in there is because I really don't want to have to pick them up again. There you go, that's another one. You've got plenty of room in there, you can grab some more. What about that one? Yeah, okay, we'll do that one and then we'll we'll take it all down the logging shed. Right. Okay. No naffy allowed. Too right, no naffy allowed. I hate using naffies. I can't. I really, really don't like using them. The only reason that I do use them is because you haven't got a choice in the matter. I mean, there are other mods later on in as time goes where that accomplish the same thing, where they will carry multiple freight types. But if you want to be profitable and you're not just going to run point to point, you can't run a profitable mainline unless you are using naffies. I know, I've tried it, and I went bankrupt. Speaking of which, speaking of going bankrupt, oh boy, yeah, my bank balance has changed a little bit. I started the 6-hour run with 7.5 billion in the bank, finished with 6.5 billion in the bank, having not bought anything. That should give you some kind of idea about how badly this thing has fared. I know there wasn't. It was gridlocked, but it was moving, which I realise doesn't make a lot of sense, but it will do when I show you it. But I don't want to. I don't want to do yet another episode on this stupid flipping roundabout. I mean, I love it. It looks great, and when you get scenes of 4 trains moving simultaneously around it, you kind of go, "Oh, it's totally worth it." But at the same time, do not recommend. Right, up, yeah, okay, and then over. No, this way. Come on, up we come. Now I realise we're doing this in an unconventional fashion, but it should still. No, wait. Come on, keep coming. Right, about there. Yeah, maybe. Down, yeah, a bit like that. That's the ticket. Right, down, yeah. Whoop. Release. No, that's twizzle. Release. Right, and lock it in. Is it locked in? It's locked in. Alright, bars up. Let's rumble. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, it's going well. But anyway, the reason I'm taking these logs out, just in case you're wondering, is because I'm going to flatten that area out to increase the size of my grass field. Which is what this is. It's a grass field. Or is it? Was I going to turn it into something else? Can't remember, don't care. Okay. Okay, let's see if we can't find the right place first time this time. Oh, I know where I'm going now, it's fine. If I try a roundabout, it'll probably be an actual spiral pretending to be a roundabout. I've considered doing the start on the outside and then work your way in before dropping off. There's some mileage in that. That could possibly work. But I've got to make a significant change to the main line, which is reduce the number of trains on it. What did I get snagged on there? Couldn't tell you. Reduce the number of trains, increase the train length, and that's going to be fun because that's going to break signals all over the place. Because some of those are spaced out very, very precisely. Good. Right, there we are. Yeah, that's all good. Stay out of my way, van. Right. Yeah. Now, in order to keep things varied and interesting and exciting and tasteful, come on in. Why are you upset with me? Because the tail end is dragging through the asphalt. We can fix that. Right. There you go. Let's go. Come on. Let's go, tractor. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Easy does it. Easy. What are we talking about? I couldn't tell you. The lady in the grey car gave me the stink eye. Yeah. They all do. Except usually they don't. Hang on. Have I actually got the grips? I haven't got the bands of justice on at the moment. There we go. Crikey, that would have been dangerous. Surprised I didn't lose all of my precious cargo. Hey ho, it's all good. Up, that, up. There you are. Hey, good. When you started the Transport 52 series, you said big yank diesel. So when? They're not out yet. Yeah, no, it's only 1944. They're not out yet. No. They'll be out soon enough, and then it'll be fun. John says, at last, I've managed to catch a live stream. It is, John, and it's lovely to see you here. And you catch me generally just pottering around on my farm, which is super. I've got a lot of jobs on, doing a bit of logging at the moment, which is going splendidly. And we've got cake being made, which I assume is going splendidly. Axel tried it with 2 tracks and it worked fine. The only reason it doesn't work is because if you're trying to put too much stuff down. The one I did on Soviet Republic only was a single track job, and that worked great. I mean, it worked really, really well because I wasn't trying to run very many trains down it. But as you saw, I'm running in the region of 5-6 trains a minute round the roundabout that I'm using now, where they're all stopping at least part of the way round, and you can't maintain that level of progress. You've got to do everything possible to stop them crossing over from one another. Anyway, there you go. Oh, good. So that's enough talk about transport fever, because we're not. This isn't transport fever. This is tractors and mountains, which is what they should have called it. John said, I watched pretty much all your stuff, but I never managed to catch a live one. The live one is a regular occurrence now. I'm very happy with the Saturday Night Adventure program. It's as I mentioned last week, I think it's turned into more of a social club than a regular game stream, and you know what? I'm down for it. I like that. Okay. Kim, Alps are mountains. Stop splitting hairs. They're all mountainous. They all qualify in terms of altitude for being mountains. Yeah, I know. I did go after that sign purposefully. That was deliberate. The Soviet Republic one didn't have stations either. Very good point, Robert. Very true. And it works so well because it was literally train gets on, train gets off. Next one. Yeah, it eventually worked well. I like the social club feel. It keeps me coming to the streams. I really like it. As much as from time to time I'll play something that requires a little bit more of my attention. I mean, that's the crucial point, is I managed to play something that has equal amounts attention and lack thereof, so that I could do a bit of chatter. But I do get a little wary of people who potentially showed up because I'm playing a particular game, and then the game ends up being played while I'm just talking about any old rubbish. But hey, you know, that's the social club. The first rule of social club is I don't know, I haven't got as far as making rules yet. Oh, we do hellos at the beginning, and we only do weather on a Saturday. There you go. That's the first rule of social club. There may be subsequent rules of social club, but I doubt I'd remember them when the time came. What are you doing? Zoom out a little further. Don't put your arm at max distance. It's not going to like it. Okay, right, there you go. Yeah. Out a bit. Down a bit. Grip a bit. You're going to need to cut this in half, do you think? Oh, almost certainly. You reckon? Yeah. Now, I mean, unless we got the fat bit into the trailer with the pointy bit on the roof of the tractor, so it's pointing forwards. Do you want to try it? Not really, because I've a really strong suspicion it's not going to work, but I'm going to try it. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Right. Okay, now, gently, because this will pull you all the way over. Right, yeah, that's good. Now, dare we twizzle? We dare. We shouldn't dare. Daring's a bad idea. Daring is a bad idea. Stop doing that. Right, now, try and push this end down. Yes. Right, now try a bit of a twizzle. Up again. Okay, this could work. It's a terrible idea, but it could work. I think you're just gonna have to go. Ooh, gently. Yeah, no, it's all gone bad. Yeah. The claw gave up. Although it has landed in a place that would let me put the grips of justice on there. We just never get anywhere because we've got a lance now that is not gonna help our cause in the slightest. Right. Okay. But this will answer the question quite readily of, can you put a whole tree on the back of the little yellow logging truck? No is the answer. Right, okay. Right. Twizzle. Twizzled. Open. Open the more. Okay, right. Lower the more. Right. Grab ski. Okay. Up ski. Yes. No. Whatever you're doing there is wrong. This. Yes. Right, okay, now we're back where we were before, except somehow it feels even more difficult than it was previously. Alright, okay, can we... No, it's too heavy for you to... Oh, no, wait, I take it back. Alright, okay, it's not too heavy for you to... Right, put it this way a bit more. Right, you're not going to... It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Twizzle the other way. No, you're losing your grip. You're losing your grip. Right, push down a smidge. It's not resting on anything. Okay, keep coming down. Look. I now want this to work. Okay, that's why we're here. Is I want this to do the thing. Yeah, but you see, to get any further with this, you've got to twizzle, and the gripper's not up to the job. You sure? Yeah, look. Every time you try it, it goes like, nah, I'm letting go. What are you doing now? I'm experimenting to see what happens. I'll tell you what happens. You just put this in a really rubbish position. And now you've thrown it away. Like a piece of rubbish. Yes, and Super Ted. Super Ted was also thrown away like a piece of rubbish. Right, up. In, no, up, in, up, in. What? Look, if I do this, don't change the movement after 2 ticks. Keep doing the movement that you were doing. Do you genuinely not understand how hydraulics work? Oh, just hush. There, look, about just flipping, twist it. Right. Try grabbing it a little bit further along, and then you might get a pivot point that you can actually do something with. Easy for you to say. Yeah, see, look, do it out here. Pivot point, easier. Do stuff with. Okay. My physics brain says, ooh, you want to be just in front of... You see where the front wheel, the front edge of the front wheel lines up with the trunk? If I was grabbing it just ahead of that point, I think we'd be at the balance point. Really? You got to prove that? Nope. Although I just wait for it. Just hang on a tick. There we go. Steady Bob's chucks tenner in the bucket. Thank you, Bob. I'd just like to say thank you to my wife Michelle, aka Sleepyhead, who is also a backer. Both of you. My goodness me, you nice people. With whom I celebrated our 38th wedding anniversary on the 21st. Holy cow, Bob, good going. And Sleepyhead as well. Jolly good work. You must spend a long time away from each other. It's the only route to success there is. Stay the heck away from each other. If you want to go that kind of distance, get your own individual hobbies, and ideally see each other at mealtime, and then wish each other a fond farewell until tomorrow. I jest. But it is one of the routes to success. Yeah. Okay, now what? How am I worse off now than I was before? This should not come as that much of a surprise. Wiggle this over this way. Alright, okay. Oh, yeah, grip it. Alright, that'll do. That's near enough. We've got it. Alright. Now, we're not going to try and grab anything else. We're going to take this straight to the lumber shack to see if we can get it there. I reckon probably... This is stupid. I reckon we might struggle a little bit along the way from time to time. You know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to ride it around that convoluted corner. No, we'll go down through the field slowly. There we go. That's the ticket. There we are. Nicely. No, wait. Yep. No, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Right. Yeah. You tell you what, actually, we might even go with the supports ready to catch. Okay. Right, there we are. Okay. Now, if it weren't for the little AI cars using cheating, flipping, made of solid granite physics, I would be very much up for, you know, ramming them. But they are made of granite physics, so there we are. We get to collect rings along the way. You know what? What would make a great piece of entertainment would be if there were another competitor similarly festooned with a tree-based lance, such that we could go tete-a-tete. And up there on the bridge is a train going backwards. It's got a cab car. Oh yeah, I suppose it has. And don't try and validate you having trains going backwards just because your backwards train mod, you never fully finished making everything turn around the right way. You joker. Right, there you go. Okie dokie, here we go. Right, this is where the big money comes. Yeah. In Bannerlord, you ride into trees. In Farming Sim, trees ride into you. This is true. For those of you who are not fully up to date on when Bannerlord is returning, incidentally, May. I don't know if it'll be the first weekend in May, but it'll be a weekend in May will be the return of Bannerlord. I don't know how long I will continue it for. It might be a mere 3 or 4 episode stop off. But I've also already recorded. In fact, I recorded several months ago what Ron did on his holidays. It's already recorded. Have I deleted it? I might have deleted it as well. Oh, that would be a shame. I feel like you go, why would you delete it? You go, no. It's rarely deliberate. I clean up all of my raw footage all the time in order to keep hard disk space. And there have been numerous occasions where I thought I'd edited something and removed the raw footage before I'd actually done so, which is nice. Alright, okay, put it there. Yes. Alright, place your bets. What do you reckon that's worth? Alright, you get a bonus for length. Tick that bonus box, but it is fundamentally down to weight. I reckon that is worth 1,800 quid. I reckon it's going to be bitterly disappointing. But I reckon 1,800 quid. That's what we're doing. Yes. Can we do a bit of parkour? Oh no. What's up here then? No. Okay, maybe not. But no, I'm Assassin's Creeding now. Oh no, we've got some bids coming in. 6 grand, 8 grand. I think you're optimistic there, Jerry. 2.5k, 13k, says Nick. No, Nick, you're wrong. 3,565. Okay, all right, good. I've given you enough time to get your bids in. Let's see who's right. You can claim it that you're right for yourself. Save me reading out the bids. Go. The answer is 1,591. 1,591. I bid 1,800 quid, so I wasn't far off. We got anyone in the 15 to 1,600 range? Chris with a 1,666. Code Monkey Guru with a 1,650. That's pretty close. Okay. Alright. Tim with 1,500. Alright. Not worth the time. Friends, certainly wasn't. Oh well. There we go. I know it's a minor diversion where you could get involved there and predict how much time I just wasted. Thanks for playing. Yeah. Okay. Right. What are we doing next? I think there's one more big log to go and deal with, which we shall go and deal with, and then I'll go and figure out where the heck I left my stump grinder. Actually, I've got a reasonable idea where I might have left it. We'll try that first, because if I can take it with at the same time, it's not that it will save time necessarily, but then I'll have it and I can stop worrying about it. Because I do worry, you know, that pieces of equipment, you know, they go missing. Yeah. Oh, on the subject of the Price is Right there, Kaylin, I have thought about doing the Price is Right as a stream on a Saturday. One of the streams that I enjoyed doing more than any other was the bingo. Should not have offered as many prizes as I did, but as far as streams go, I so enjoyed that stream. It was just total stupidity. Between that and the horse racing streams, they were just lovely. They're so silly to do. But yeah, I want to try and do some other game shows. I just got to figure out the right way of doing it. And the tricky part is are all the interactive elements. How can you get no, you'll be fine. How can you make sure that people can take part in a way that means that their scores are tracked and registered and so on, in a meaningful way that isn't just me looking at the chat. John's chucked 20 quid into the bucket for saying thank you very much for all the laughs you bring. Oh, hey! Thanks, John. Much appreciated. Cryptic Souls chucked a fiver in. First time catching a live. Love your content and antics. Hope to see a merch revival. Would love to get a Method t-shirt. This will be the Method version 3. And let me tell you, I love the Method t-shirt. It's great. This is where I was expecting to find a stump grinder, but it's not here. Oh, where have I put it? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. It might be with all the grass kit. Chris has paid a fiver to help make the big tree worth the time. Oh, Chris, you've been generous fool. Thank you. The merch link in the description is broken. No, it isn't broken. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And at the moment, it doesn't do very much at all of anything. Yeah. You say this as though I wasn't aware of it. But I am very much aware of it. I just haven't fixed it yet. Oh, it's fallen over. Okay, all right. Now we'll make this work. This might be perilous, actually. If I manage to get it to talk to me now, then we could see a full 360 tractor loop. There we go. Tell you something that was a waste of money. This yellow edifice that I bought very early on, total waste of money. Even now, I've got a bit of kit that turns gathered rocks into lime, which at least then gives them a purpose. It is still a massive waste of cash. You're better off just buying the lime, and in fact, it produces so little that I end up buying the lime anyway. Yeah, that's what we in the trade call an unfun piece of bonus gameplay. There we go. Oh, you had it. No, you didn't have it. Go on. Just a little bit further forward, you'll have it. There we go. Right. Alright, there's the grinder. I love it. Okay. Super. Yeah, I should have used the claw. Oh, yes, of course. Oh, of course. One forgets. One forgets. Yeah. What have we got? Colonel's House Party. Play Wheel of Torture. Maybe. Who will be Mr. Blobby? Oh dear. Well, unless I start doing some exercise, that's more what I resemble these days. Right, give me this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, well, that's gone far better than I deserved. Chew that up. That's a log. You can take that and sell it for money. Why are we grinding this now? It makes a break. It's a change to what I was doing. Why don't you dump the trailer first? You dump the trailer. I'm not... No, just... we go. Yeah, come on. Yeah, eat that, bushes. They may resist the lawnmower, but they are not resisting the claw. Okay. Any more? Yeah, I think there's one or two more. Is that a stump or is that a log? It doesn't really make any difference. They all go out the same way. There's a log over there. Yeah, if it's too heavy for me to pick up, I'm just going to grind it. And yeah, eat that. Yes. Because if I leave anything of the any woody remnants here, I can't smooth it out. And as you can probably tell, I want to smooth out to the elevation indicated on the plateau above. Right, you can stop that now. Right, there we are now. Go and stick it over by the... Oh, you've got to get rid of those trees as well. Well, I'll tell you what, because the people will demand it, I'll chainsaw them, but I don't think I've got much more tree grabbing in me for today. It's one of the reasons I like the game, is that you kind of go, yeah, I'm bored of that now, I'll do the rest of it later. And then you get around to it, and you kind of go, oh, it's just fun. And then you get bored of it again, you go, oh, I'll go and do it later. Right, there you go. Do you think you're a little close to this one? That'll be alright. Okay, no. Wiggle the trailer out of the way. Switch to the claw. Right. Here we go. Over. Just, come on. Why are you messing with me? I appear to have snagged myself on my trailer. There we go, that's great. Right. Mr. Blobby is a thing of eldritch horror. Yeah, maybe. Mr. Blobby was basically just Emu in kind of full bloke in a suit form. I don't doubt, actually, aside from probably getting quite hot, that it was quite a lot of fun to do. But yeah, no, Mr. Blobby was basically just an arse. Much like Emu. Emu was just an arse. Did we cover Emu last week? I think we did, didn't we? Yeah. A good topic of conversation, that one. Yeah, right. Okay, there you go. Okay. Except Emu was nicer. We liked Emu. There you go. Yeah. Don't bring Emu into this. Yeah, I know. We did Emu last time. But that's because Emu was likeable. Okay. Here we go. There. Right. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think we're on last log. Oh, apart from that that little chunky denizen that we left down the other end. So we'll have a quick look at that in a moment. Wait. Yep. Yeah, yes. There. And then twizzle. There we go. Open the maw. Right. Down. Grabski. Upski. No, not upski underneath the tractor ski. Right, like that. And then this. There you go. Okay. Wait for the dangling to subside a little. Right. Did I say I was community manager for some time splitters? A little bit, but only in the UK. See, the primary community for time splitters is in the US. But yeah, I covered Time Split. I'm pretty sure it was Time Splitters 2. PS2 era, anyway. Yeah, that was one of the things I looked after at EA. Alongside everything else that I looked after at EA, which was everything that EA did, and that was back in the days where EA published a heck of a lot of stuff. Not the half dozen titles a year that they do now. It was, you were looking at 30 or 40. But that's partly how the games industry has evolved. You used to have, this is why, AAA used to be the tier 1 titles that you had, and it still means that now. But underneath the AAA, you would then have a bunch of AA titles, which had far smaller budgets, and therefore far smaller goals that they had to achieve, which meant that you could develop something like Dead Space or Mirror's Edge could be developed using less cash, which meant there was less need for them to sell well. Actually, those are pretty terrible suggestions, because that was an era where EA was starting to move towards everything has to be AAA. Nothing inherently wrong with that aspiration, except that it means that you become so risk averse that you don't try out cutesy poo, weird, I wonder if there's a market for this kind of titles. And that was also the era that actually, in the time that I was at EA, it went from PC gaming is deceased to everything should be PC gaming. It's true. Right, swing round, and then underneath those double A's, you'd have occasional single A's coming out of major publishers, but that was then replaced with indies, which is great, because a good successful indie can come up with a game that is far more successful than one that has had hundreds of millions spent on its development. Would Command & Conquer count as double A? Yes, in terms of the budget, yes. The amount of budget spent on it, yeah, it's definitely double A. Yeah, but now everything is, EA are focused on AAA. They've just, in the last couple of years, I've still got my stirrups down. Hold on. Whoop. In the last couple of years, they've started doing double A's again, which is a good thing. But it's it's less about the amount of money spent on it. It's more about the level of expectation with regards to how much something will earn back again, and that's difficult, because the problem that the games industry has overall is that the cost of developing a game has multiplied by maybe 100 times since I joined the industry, which was 20 years ago. So yeah, about 100 times more expensive to develop the same level of game. And if your graphics are subpar, or for whatever reason, Johnny Gamer and friends will give you a right kicking. Some of them will, obviously not everybody. But the amount being charged for the games has only increased. In fact, the amount being charged for games has barely increased at all. It's only since 2012-ish that the $49.99 kind of top whack moved up to 55, and I know recently that's moved to 64, and that feels very expensive. But that's the kind of money that is needed to recoup the amount of cost that has gone into making it for these massive titles. And I think what we need now is for the technology to catch up, so that those massive titles don't cost quite so much to develop anymore. Yeah. Valheim's a great indie game that is it is better than a lot of AAA. Be wary of using the word better. The way to describe it and never be wrong. If you say better, it's easy to say that you're wrong. However, if you say, I enjoyed a lot more than many AAAs that I've played, no one can say you're wrong, because you've just said a personal preference. In terms of, is it better? I mean, there's a heck of a lot less to it. I really like Valheim. I like Valheim a lot. But it wasn't as good as other first-person buildies that I've played, and it wasn't as good an adventure as other adventure things that I've played. But it did a pretty competent job of both from a very small team without a massive amount of funding, and therefore it's a heck of a result. The amount it was being sold for was very reasonable as well. So a really good fun game. But I mean, I don't even like Assassin's Creed, but it certainly doesn't compete with Assassin's Creed when it comes to the sheer amount of stuff in there. Yeah, 60 quid for 100 hours is fair. A movie is 10 to 15 quid for 2 hours. that's a yeah. I mean, that's an argument that can be made. Is where is the right level of enjoyment, the right volume of enjoyment for the amount that it cost, and there's no right answer to that because you're going to get a different result, a different response from you ask 10 people, you'll get 10 different answers. I would the game that I'm going to review next week, and this will possibly explain which game it is. I would have quite happily paid £100 for that game, and I played it for less than 2 hours. Yes. Hot Dog Nipples, which is an unusual name, has flung 20 of the Aussie bucks into the buckets. Thank you very much. Hey Colonel, love the work. I've followed your TF2 stuff for ages, and you recently got me into Planet Crafter. Planet Crafter is great. It desperately needs a little bit more to it. It's still early access, but there is... I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed playing it, but there is an awful lot of rinse and repeat going on in there. I mean, an almighty amount of rinse and repeat going on in there. And it would benefit from just a little bit more, I don't know, variety, more stuff going on. But as it stands, it's great. Assassins is formulaic and boring. It is now, Starsky, but remember back to the first couple. This is the other problem that the games industry has as a whole, is game number 1 in the franchise is, oh my gosh, it's really good. Game number 2 in the franchise takes what happened in game number 1 but makes it better. At which point you're all like, holy mackerel, what a heck of a game. And you keep playing, and you buy the next one, and you buy the next one, and you buy the next one, and you buy the next one. And how many should you expect to be able to buy before they start getting dull and repetitive? And I feel like I've been here before. Again, it's a subjective answer, but you can't expect a game to continue fluttering its eyelashes at you with a come hither look after you've effectively been playing it for 5, 6, 7 iterations. Yeah. Are there any games you would recommend at the moment for a gamer? Ooh, don't know. And the entire industry has this problem. Absolutely right. And the entire industry has this problem because instead of it being a $150 million gamble, you've got a proven audience out there who like this kind of thing. Here's the thing. So I worked on Call of Duty, and by the time I started working there had already been, I don't know, 9, 10 Call of Duties, and I'd never played one. I mean, I'd played what was effectively Call of Duty Zero because I worked on it, which was Medal of Honor Allied Assault, which is amazing. But I played Call of Duty, and I tell you, heck of a game. As first-person shooters go, holy cow, that's well put together. And that's what it's always prided itself on, is it runs incredibly smoothly, plays incredibly well. You are not going to find as smooth, as silky a run and gun experience as a good Call of Duty will give you. I mean, some are better than others, but the thing is, if you're playing them every single year, the sheen is going to come off. There will come a point where you go like, you know what, I've done this. It's like Madden. Madden's another great example, right? I picked up Madden this year for the first time in, I don't know, 5. I was very disappointed with the bug that it had in it. But fundamentally, what an amazing football simulation. Incredible football simulation. But if you read the reviews about it, they'll go, oh, it's just such a total rip-off. Oh, this is nothing like foot. You kind of go like, no, it really is. This is incredibly impressive stuff. But that's what happens when you have people who've been playing it year after year after year after year, and they are expecting it to be radically different. Yeah, hope the new F1 manager can replace Motorsport Manager. The only thing, as I'm sure you're already aware of, the only thing I care about with the F1 manager is that I can replace every single one of the drivers and teams with ones I've made myself. Because I don't give a monkeys about real Formula 1, but I do rather enjoy a good motor racing management game. And therefore, to be able to put my own drivers and teams, who will have personalities, which is something that Formula 1 drivers don't have, into the environment, and then just watch the races play out, I will be very, very, very happy. We will see. But that's the drink. No, that's the muck spreader. That's not the one you want. You want the other end. Get a bit of milk. Yeah. Same is true for the FIFA series. Of course, the same is true for the FIFA series. Yeah. Yeah. So some games are awesome to just play to experience the story again. I played Monkey Island 1 and 2 about once a year and have done so since they were released on the Amiga. Monkey Island put me off ever playing those games. I just went, nah, not for me. They're not my thing. They fall into my my puzzle and platform game veto. Not because there's anything wrong with them. I know how beloved those games are, and rightfully so. But I don't like them because unless you do it the way it was programmed, you aren't completing the mission. I have always wanted to find my own way of doing things rather than doing it the way that was prescribed. And point and click adventures just drive me up the wall. There you are. I'd like to have player agency in an F1 game. F1 games have player agency. All driving games do. In fact, F1 games, I played the F1 Jeff Crammond gaming on the Amiga, and the genius of that was the. Do you even need milk here? Yes. Okay. Now, how do you tell it? Here, have some milk. Oh, maybe I'm not in the right. Maybe I'm not in the right zone. What was genius about that game was its assistance. No, actually, it had multiple things that were inspired, such as you could play multiplayer hot seat, which meant that every team, every driver, in fact, could. You're going to have to grip that, okay, and get out of the way. Every driver could be a human, and then it would be taken over by an AI. When the human wasn't in charge, and the next human would take command of their driver wherever they've got up to. There you go. Drop off some milk. Yeah, I know I've made a bit of a mess of my supplies there, but hey, it's all worked. So that was great. But also the assistance that it had everything from show me the right line to take the corner, to the car's indestructible, to the car will assist with braking. It had the car will assist changing gear and all of that kind of thing, and so all I would do is the only rule we had when playing it multiplayer. 6 of us played it multiplayer. We'd do full Formula 1 races, and we'd each control a team, and then hot seat those races. And the only rule was. You're not allowed to be indestructible. Everything else, totally fair game, right? So you could have all the other assistants on, but you weren't allowed to be indestructible. And it basically came down to, I shall use the number 2 driver on my team to try and nobble the best driver on someone else's team. Yeah, it turned into quite a lot of violence, but that's player agency. That's driving it your own way, even though it's stupid and not realistic. But the only important thing is that everyone is signed up to the same spirit of the game. Andrew has chucked up 5 of the Aussie bucks in the bucket. Thanks, Colonel Fire Brigade. Loving the social club streams. And tonight's special guest, Barry Turnips. Oh, it is. Yeah. Barry's in the house. And yeah. No, the boy Bongos is going to be back next month. I might even, when I take the break, I'll have a quick look and see if I have deleted what Ron did on his holiday. I'm pretty sure I still got it, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure I haven't, because it's in the same folder with all of the Redline Fury footage. Yeah, I know. I'll finish it. Will you though? Well, if I stop playing RimWorld, then yeah, maybe. I've had a bit of a RimWorld fixation for the last couple of weeks. Very much enjoying it. No, I'm not going to make videos on it because nobody watches them. I even thought about doing it as a stream this evening, but I thought, no. Let's catch up with some of the ongoing series that have no end. It was either going to be this today, or it was going to be Car Mechanic, because I want to restore that BMW. Using the same completely convoluted, tear your own hair out rule set that I was using for the last thing. Ark is a great value game. Ark is tremendous. So's Atlas, actually. Atlas is really good. Atlas's biggest problem is the sheer quantity of servers you have to rent in order to have a big enough world that it feels meaningful to play on. And it's incredibly expensive to rent an Atlas server. But I love Atlas. Just not quite enough material in there. And because it didn't get the players, and that was because of the Ark players saying, this game is in early access, how dare you start working on something else? And you kind of go, they're just using early access as a synonym for, it's not finished. We've still got more we want to do on this. But, you know, gamers are a bit irrational. And they have every individual gamer has their own inset a bit of beliefs. Is a Noble Fates video coming? I've stuck out 2 so far in the backer exclusive series. The next part will probably come tomorrow, but I am supposed to be going to the garden centre. It just depends how long I'm going to spend there, because I've got baseball to record tomorrow as well. So yeah, should be tomorrow. Should be tomorrow. Will there be a surviving Mars playthrough? Nah. I've already done one. Did I? I did something on Mars. In fact, I think I've done a couple of games where you're doing stuff on Mars. Yeah. Besides which, these are old games. Nobody wants to watch old games. You've got to do new games, new sexy games. Right, I'm going to go for a swifty break and grab a drink. And when we get back, we'll do the weather and we'll crack on. Yeah. Where shall I park to cause the most mischief? At the T-junction. Okay. We'll stick it right about there. That should do the trick. Alright, go get yourselves a beverage. I'll be back in a moment. Turn me disco lights on. Sweet. In fact, let's up the tempo gently. There you go. Some gentle tempo up. Very nice. Hello again. Right, there we go. Sorry, I tabbed out, which is why the sound was off. But I've tabbed back in again now, and the sound's back on. Just a little bit of a cue. Could have been worse. Could have been better. It's just life. And thank you, Tim. You've pre-ordered the first batch of cakes. That's jolly decent of you. Let's go see how they're getting on. Worryingly, I don't know where my other tractor is. I mean, I'm certain I didn't sell it, but I've obviously parked it somewhere stupid. Oh, it's here, look. There we go. Found it. There you go. Oh, now we can find out if I'm in the big tractor or the little. I'm in the big tractor. Oh, okay. I shouldn't be. No, let's take the little tractor out. There we go. That's it. There you go. Yeah, little brother's going for a spin this time around. Right. Ah, Eric's kicked off the weather. Okay. All right. We're on. No. Andrew kicked off the weather. We're away. Andrew says 15 and smoky from prescribed burns in Perth. I hope they work. I hope it doesn't turn out as bad as it was last year and the year before. There we got Eric. Eric 77 Fahrenheit and sunny Myrtle Beach. Zotomir at 17 centigrade and clear skies. In Ratlam, India. It's 2:30 in the morning. It's still 28 degrees with a high of 42 during the day. It's a bit warm. You're not wrong. Where are we? Edinburgh dry with... no, I'm losing track already. I missed Norwich. Was that deliberate? All right, it's 11 degrees and clear in Norwich. In Edinburgh, it's dry with some sunny and clear spells this evening. Patchy. Low cloud developing at times, minimum of 2 degrees. 8 centigrade and rain in Grand Forks, North Dakota, with more snow tomorrow. It's in Knoxville. It's currently 85 and sunny. 8 centigrade in Grand Forks. We did Grand Forks. 7.5 heading for 20 in Canberra. 28 in crystal clear in Kuwait, if you ignore the clouds. Well, it's not crystal clear then. Karlsruhe is 13 centigrade. Have I thought about doing a bus simulator stream? No, didn't enjoy it. 10 centigrades in Kungalv. Kungalv in Sweden. Sverige even. On the southern rim of Dartmoor, it's 14 centigrade, partly cloudy. Bluefield, Virginia, it's 82 Fahrenheit, which is 28 centigrade. In Copenhagen, it is 9 centigrade, which is 48.2 Fahrenheit, and it's mostly cloudy. It's 22 degrees, very windy, about to thunderstorm in Fargo, North Dakota, with snow forecast tomorrow. 24 centigrade and sunny in southern Arizona. Lovely. Ramsgate, it's 12 centigrade and very windy. 72 in Dallas, sunny conditions will continue for the rest of the day, dropping down to 42 overnight. Brighton, Ontario, it is Ontario. It's minus 4 centigrade drizzle with a high of 9, a low of 1. Okay. Well, the low is clearly not 1 because it's currently minus 7. Southeast London was pleasant and sunny today. Slightly blustery winds. Swinny can confirm. Essex, similar kind of deal. 10 centigrade in Chester, clear but windy. Sunny in Seattle, clear and dark, and 8 centigrade in Nottingham. 12 degrees in Bristol, 15 Celsius, not cloudy but dark in Amsterdam. Clear and humid, 7 degrees in Menworth Hill. 11 centigrade and clear in mid-Cornwall. There's a few clouds, and we've moved forwards. Hold on. A few clouds, 81 Fahrenheit in Atlanta. So windy, Pathross's hair is messed up in Omaha. 77 Fahrenheit. 282 Kelvin and Mooney in Old York. Game Over says, with a contribution of 10 of the Aussie Bucks. Cloudy with a top of 27 centigrade, currently 19 centigrade in Salisbury in South Australia. It's 22 in LA, 17 centigrade and light drizzle. Going into week 3 with no water, and that's down in Durban in South Africa. 11 degrees, clear in Cavan Island. I didn't know, did I? It's Cavan, whatever. Minus 273 centigrade with a chance of pirates in LHS 411. That's next week, Eduardo. Aussie and Townsend Jones at 16 and windy in Newport, South Wales. 12 degrees centigrade in Bridgend in South Wales. 10 centigrade and clear in Nottingham. 12 centigrade and cloudy in Winchester. 11 centigrade in Fort Nelson, British Columbia. Still waiting on the snow to melt. 16 centigrade overcast in Westford, Massachusetts. 80 Fahrenheit in Charlotte, North Carolina, partly cloudy. 78 and sunny in Washington, D.C. Kildare, it's 10 degrees centigrade. The highest temperature tomorrow is supposed to be 14, but we'll see. 13 centigrade, a little bit of cloud, dark as always during these streams. Been a lovely day. It won't always be dark during these streams. Summer's coming up, and the sun will just be setting around this kind of time. Partly sunny, 81 Fahrenheit in Bumpus, Virginia. 13, a little bit of cloud. Was in Den Haag, The Hague. We call it The Hague, obviously, because, you know, we're British and therefore, you know, we try to keep things simple. 82 Fahrenheit, sunny, annoyingly humid just west of O'Hare Airport in Chicago. It's dark in Venice. It's also wet in Venice. I've been to Venice. It's nice. I like Venice. Venice would be much nicer if you just got rid of all the tourists, which is ironic, given I was there as a tourist. 70 Fahrenheit and sunny in Oregon. 78 and windy in southeastern Wisconsin. Outskirts of Omaha, Nebraska, it's 77, which is 25 centigrade. Wind blowing to Oz with flying monkeys everywhere. Lovely. 13.5 centigrade in the borderlands of West Sussex and Hampshire. 83 Fahrenheit and partly cloudy in New York City. This is a good one. Sucasuna? That's probably right. Sucasana, maybe. In New Jersey, it's 62 Fahrenheit, mostly cloud. Tonight's low in the low 40s. It's been really windy in my garden in Bolton, says Rich. Lovely and calm at ground level. Wait. Drummond. Drummond Cass. I know Drummond Cass. Why would I know that? Light rain with a hint of the dark side. Because it's flipping Star Wars, that's why. Oh, yeah, okay. Is it? I think it is. I think I've been sold some fantasy business. Been lovely, warm and sunny here in Cloughton, in Scarborough, up to 15 centigrade this afternoon, and God bless Rombongos. 77 Fahrenheit and windy in Jacksonville, Florida. Penticton, British Columbia. Oh, okay. Either way, it's 20 centigrade with clear skies. Partly cloudy, 58 in Colorado. In the bunker right now, it is 23 degrees centigrade with 36% humidity. Right. Okay, right. What am I doing? I don't flipping know. I want cake. Yeah. All right. What else are we going to do? I don't know. See, the thing is, I don't have a rectangular bale loader at the moment. I sold it. Actually, because I wasn't making any rectangular bales. And therefore it felt pointless to have a rectangular bale loader. But now that I've got cows, I need a rectangular bale loader. So I rent it. I get Cloughton wrong every single week. That's because it's stupid. I've got nothing against the town / village of Cloughton, but it's a flipping English town name, and therefore it can be pronounced 56 different ways because there's nobody sticks to the flaming rules. It should be Clough, but it could be Clough. Well, it should be Clough, but it's usually Clough. No, I make no apologies for the fact that English is a stupid language. Right, how are we looking? 24 animals in the barn at the moment. 40 litres of milk. 35,000 litres of straw. Oh, yeah. They're well-fed cows, these. And 14,000 litres of slurry. We should probably take care of that business. Yeah, you know what you should do? Baling. Get the bales out of the way. Right. Then advance it through to August. Okay. And then see where we're at with the cakes. Yeah. What are you going to do with your slurry tank? I'm just going to fill it up at the moment so we can keep filling it up. How are the cows doing? The cows doing good. I could probably sell some of them, so I could probably sell some of the meat stock that I've got going on. But to be honest, I'm just going to keep them reproducing. I know my tanker's already full. Alright, but I guess that's not happening then. Nope, guess it isn't. You reckon we'll make it down here? Yep. Super. Right. I live near Drummond. That's right. Is it GIF or GIF? Well, it's GIF, obviously. There. I mean, that's. I mean, even. I mean, the inventor of the GIF said it was pronounced GIF, and he was wrong because he's wrong. Yeah. If you wanted it to be called GIF, it should begin with a J, but it's called GIF, and therefore it's a GIF. It's not a debate. Be quiet. Did herself enjoy her holidays? To an extent, yes. To the extent that they were cut short, not so much. Yeah. Right. Right. Clough is the way. You're in the Duchy of Lancaster land. Yeah, I know. Yes, but I mean, you know, that doesn't stop you being wrong, generally speaking. Right, I need to go and buy a bale trailer for rectangular bales. Let's go get it going. Right. Is it a peanut butter town? No, I'm not really following there. The G stands for graphical. GIF, graphical. JFix, interchange format. Makes a lot of sense. That's all right. No. Look, it's like Georgia or General. Yeah. Yeah. See, I mean, there's no point. There's no point arguing about it. There's just no point. There's just no point. It's GIF. That's why there's no point, because it's GIF. Yeah. There you go. My argument is why giraffe isn't spelt with a J, because English is a stupid language. I think we've established this already. English is an incredibly stupid language. Yeah, it's totally inconsistent. Right, bailing. I have to say the word bailing over and over again until I find it. Wait for it. Bailers, bale loaders. Right. Bale loaders is there, next to chainsaws and the like. How would I pronounce the town Keighley? I pronounce it Keighley. Because that's how people pronounce it. It should be Kaylee. I know. I don't make the rules. But sometimes I do know how stuff is pronounced, and sometimes I don't know how stuff is pronounced. In which case I go with whatever looks like it's phonetically sensible. Only to be told it's not right. And then I kind of go, oh, whatever. Right, give me this. Yes. Now, that's the round bale loader that I already own. 50 grand? You're having a laugh. I don't want to do it by hand. It just takes so long. This is what I want. I want the Arcusin. It's expensive. It is very expensive. Yeah. What are you going to do with that then? Why is it so expensive? It just is expensive. Why is it so? Why is there not a cheap one? Because none of these are cheap. And also, these are all laziness devices. Yeah, I suppose they are. You know what you could go for the aggro. Oh, I like it. Now, it's not an auto loader, so you will be doing your own bale pickup. But you could also put pallets and stuff in this. Yeah, okay. And it's got, that's not a fixed axle, is it? No, that's got swivel. All right, well, whatever. But I can paint it a colour that I like that. Where have you gone? I clicked the wrong place. Oh, okay, click the right place. Yeah, okay. I've heard it pronounced Keeley. Yeah, of course you have. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't surprise me at all. Black rims, obs. Oh, yeah, look at that, sporty. Yeah, design 1. Ooh, multiple designs. Design 2, no. Design 3, don't see how that really differs to design 1, I'll be honest. Back to design 1. Oh, design 1's got more gubbins going on. Well, I'm a fan of gubbins. Yeah, buy it. There you go. This is an upgrade to the little trailer that I've got. I wonder if I'll be able to fix this to the back of my pickup truck. One can but try. Right. I mean, the one thing I do... Flipping it, that's longer than I thought it was going to be. How about Arkansas? Yeah, I know. Which is Arkansas, obviously. Yeah. Because the thing about Arkansas is there's another state that's called Kansas. It's not called Kansas. No, it's called Kansas. But Arkansas goes, no, we're Arkansas. You go, but why? There you go. How about Tainham? I don't know. No, Tainham I don't know. But it should be pronounced Tainham. Yeah. I live in Plymouth. The city exists to prove that you can't trust the locals in how city's name is. They call it Plymouth. Yeah, but that's just people who can't pronounce their THs, and that's just laziness. I live near Cholmondeley, and apparently that's Chumley. Yep. Yep, it is. Yeah. It's I know. Look, we're all in the English is a stupid language club. There's no escaping from it. Right. It may be you. Milgavi is it Mingay? Or something along those lines? It's something along those lines, certainly. Right. No, your bale fork's not out here. You've left it somewhere else. The state is called Arkansas, but the river that runs through it is called the it's called the Arkansas. Ridiculous. Yeah. The spelling of Colonel is also, yes, I know, but you see, but my own moniker is a play on words anyway. So there you go. It's an ineffective play on words. Yeah. Oh, I see. We're going. Nah. You see now, Tim, this is where you're wrong. See, because it is simultaneously Bath, right? And then it is also Newcastle, because the correct pronunciation comes from the people who live there. The denizens of Bath call it Bath. The denizens of Newcastle call it Newcastle. And therefore, they get the trump card on those ones, and I am prepared to basically just let them have it. Yep. Petition to rename Colonel Failure. No, please don't. Please don't. I've spent quite a lot of money on various bits of branding and the like. I'd rather not jack it in for the lols, and I've stacked my tractor. Hang on. There you go. Right, where are we going next? I think I left my bale fork up near the cows. That was the little one for the skid steer, skid steer. Yeah, but I've got a set of front forks that I'm pretty sure are up there as well. You sound insufficiently Geordie there. That's because I'm not a Geordie. I'm a yokel, and therefore I'm a yokel with rather more Essex going on in my language than in my pronunciation than I'd like. But hey, you end up doing what you do. Goatee is pronounced fish. That's not the first time I've heard that. Try this, Colonel. Irish surname. Gogan is. I know how that's pronounced. Yeah, isn't that like Goff or something? It is not what you're expecting at all. Yeah. I don't know why you're bothering to test me. I'll just get it wrong. This is not a ha 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 ha. I have bested you. No. I resign. There you go. I concede victory already. What the heck is that over there? What have I left there? That's the skid steer. The steer skid. Piece of junk. Okay. Alright. Yeah. The chat is requiring entirely too many brain cells. Yeah, I know. Yeah. If you can't change the spelling, change the pronunciation. Yeah, that's right. Bath is just London. Everywhere down the south is the same. No, it really isn't. No. You're into posh hippie country, Bath. Lovely. I mean, Bath's a lovely town, but it's your posh hippies are around there, and that's fine. I know plenty of hippies, many of whom are a little bit posh, and that's that's fine. They're generally lovely people. Wivenhoe. It's called Wivenhoe. It's not called anything other than Wivenhoe. Hapsburgh is that's Haysborough. Yeah. I know. English town names are stupid. All of them. All of them. And that's before you get to locals pronouncing it in a lazy fashion. If we're getting competitive with this, yeah, you see, you've got Clan. I've got to warm up for a bit of Welsh. Clan Fair, Gwyn Gillich, Gogerich, Vindrob, Philantis, Ogogogoch. Is the best I could do on short notice because I've never learned how to pronounce it correctly. Oh, hang on, Madam Google's in the house. What does she want?
That's pronounced is the best I can do on short notice because I've never learned how to.
No, you just said. I just said that. You're just repeating what I just said back to me. There we go. Madam Google there, contributing big times. Where is my fork set? Do you want to check you still own them? I flipping do still own them. Yeah. This is why you should put your equipment away. Oh, it's there, look. Okay. Alright, yeah. Oh, no, I found them. They were here all the time. Alright, okay. Yeah. Right, okay. And if you're pronouncing hard names, can you pronounce Arcady? Yeah, there you go. Arcady. That's an adjective for something that's a bit like an arcade. Yeah. And I know how to pronounce it properly, but I am being belligerent about it because it suits me to do so. Right, there we go. And down. Yeah. Rhymes with Bacardi, despite the fact you've spelt that entirely wrong. Yeah, if you wanted it to be pronounced, you should change your name to Bacardi. Bacardi English. There you go. Make up the cocktail that goes with it. It's 2 parts Bacardi. Thank you very much. Oh, and with a with a chicken tikka masala. There you go. That's a Bacardi English. Lovely. Right. And then, yeah. Good. Yeah. Just get in. There you are. You should have seen that coming. Yeah, well, you did ask for it. And I don't even mean that figuratively. I mean, literally. You literally asked for me to do that. You literally asked. Right. Oh, the truck's just there. You can see if you can hook the trailer up to it. Oh, that'd be a chuckle. Would it? No, it might be. Don't know. What are you doing? Not spearing this bad boy as well as I'd hoped to. There you go. Have we got the spare? No, that's twice you've failed me now. Right. Just do it again. There you go. It's because these bales are just a little bit small for the splaying of my forks. Unlikely story. I didn't spell it wrong. My parents did. Well, okay then, but I think that's why Deed Poll exists. You're more than welcome to go and get stuck in and I think Bacardi English would be a terrific name. Yeah. What did you miss? Oh, just this kind of stuff. What are we talking about in a moment? The bad pronunciation and indeed spelling of English town names, and extended to British town names, but fundamentally English town names, because English town names are a rule unto themselves and deserve to be, properly flogged. We have had the contribution of Arkansas as well. Yep. Right. Right, I don't know how many bales I'm going to get on here. I just want to clean them up so then we can get to some ploughing. I'll tell you, there's no finer task for doing something else at the same time than doing a bit of ploughing. The one thing I can't do is turn Johnny Touchdown onto the job because he doesn't know where the field is. Kind of go, Johnny, it's blatantly obvious where the field is. Look at where the field is. Yeah, that's where the field is. Oh. But no, he'll do a straight line halfway across it and go, job's done. You kind of go, no, it isn't, Johnny, though. Is it? Is it? Look at field. This is field. No, Johnny's a plum. Spare the truck. No, it doesn't accomplish anything. Pronouncing Kalen without difficulty. No, that's an easy one. Merlin, I did that literally 2 minutes ago. Well, maybe 3 minutes ago. Merlin, just rewind the stream a little bit. I already did it. I did that one. No. We don't. Can we move on? Someone pick a new topic. I'm done with this pronunciation lark because it's duff. How do you pronounce Broughton? Brofton or Broughton? Attempting to landfare PG on stream is deserving of a... Look, I gave it a go. I'd love to learn Welsh, to be honest. I would really like to learn Welsh. I haven't got the time, obviously, but in terms of... and please don't take this the wrong way, my Welsh friends. Useless languages. That would be a good one, because I love the pronunciations.
Hey!
Right, there you go. It's like German. It's one of the reasons I like German is because of the way that it is pronounced. It's just fun to say, and you have to. The trick with learning a language is just having the confidence to give it a go, even though you get it wrong. And that's really tricky to do when you don't have 100% confidence that you're not sounding like a complete wally. Yeah, you just gotta just try it on. Maybe you get it right, maybe you get it wrong. At the end of the day, nobody's going to get hurt, except possibly you if you say it in the wrong pub. Right. Come on. No, you weren't low enough on your spiking. Oh, okay. Lower spiking. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, totally in business now. Right. When's the new Noble Fate starting? It already did. Started 2 weeks ago. But as I mentioned at the end of the last Noble Fates, it is a backer exclusive. It has been posted on the Discord and on Patreon and in the community hub here on YouTube. We're 2 episodes in, and there should be episode 3 tomorrow. Yes. Yeah, and there. No, not there. Wait. Line it up. Spear that bad boy. Bad boy has failed to be speared. All right, well, let's get it close to the next one and try and get them both at the same time. You're not going to get them both at the same time. I might. Right, there. Right, aim. Yep. Okay, down a bit. Okay, good. And activate. Close enough. Hypno Falcon has been a member for 24 months in a row. Love your vids. Also, it's pronounced... Oh, good. Sakasuna. Oh no, that's not where I wasn't far off. Okay. Thanks, Hypno Falcon. Is German the least romantic language in the world? I don't know. You'd have to ask the Germans. Anything can sound a little bit off if it sounds a little bit off. But that's again in the eye of the beholder. Besides which, I mean, English isn't any great shakes when it comes to romance. I mean, certainly you can mingle the right words together, but it's not like the pronunciation of those words really makes it elegant. And then, even then, you get the caster Towie to pronounce it for you, or maybe the Geordie Shores, and I think it will lose some of the sentiment that went behind it. An awful lot depends on the way in which it is delivered. As an Englishman with Irish ancestry, I'd love to be able to speak Gaelic, but it looks so difficult. Everything is difficult when you first start. Daughter number 3 is studying Russian at university. Because yeah, I know. She's been doing it for a year now, and she's got a German boyfriend. So obviously something's working right for the Germans. If she's landed a German boyfriend, but no, she's studying Russian. She wants to go into international diplomacy and politics and stuff, despite the fact she's actually quite a talented artist. And I think that she should go into being a full-time artist. But hey, I mean, I even suggested, well, look, while you're doing all that studying stuff, keep doing your art, post it up on the old Instagram there, and you know, you'll get some people following. She's got quite a distinctive style. I mean, it's pop art type stuff, but so are many forms of modern art. But yeah, are you coming off there? Yeah, I'll come off when it's awkward for me to do so. Yeah, I bet you will. Right, okay, right now that looks good. Yeah, that's a flat kind of surface that we can rest on. Back up a little bit, and shake it off. It's not shaking off. Shake it on off there. Yeah, right. I think it might be about time we put the straps on. Okay. Are you going to put some more in here, or are you satisfied with what you've got? You know what? I'm going to go sell these straight away. I'm not even going to get best... I'm not going to get top dollar for these either. That one's fallen off. Oh, okay. It's the wrong season to get top dollar, but I want the cash. So even though I'm probably selling them at 50% what they sell for at the best of the time, and then the rest of them, I'll sell those as well. Oh, okay. Yeah. But actually, I want to try the same thing, but with flour. I want to go get all of the remaining flour and stick it in this trailer, because I clearly hate myself. I could just turn on the auto distribute flour button, but no. No, insist on doing it personally. Oh, you've got an entire field clear. This much is true. Yeah, right. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Just. LOL. Just, I mean, come on. Pull yourself together. You're better than that, and you know it. There you are. Found it for those of you who don't get to see. Oh no, apparently that one's been unmoderated. All right, well, fair enough. That had been moderated, but either way, come on, you know, this is an adult show, as in it's for grown-ups. It's for people who are mature enough not to find such things hilarious. Yeah. Oh, flipping it! These orange bands do nothing. Why is this clown stopped? I don't know. Maybe still what? Maybe it's because I knocked the sign over. Okay, well, they're going to be stuck there a while then. Right, yeah, okay. I had twice as many bales on the pickup in the last FS22 video. This is true. But I was going for how many bales can I put on the trailer and the truck in total. And it took me the best part of an hour and a half to accomplish that. I'm trying to be a little bit more frugal on time, so we can go on to something else. Will a cake get sold on this stream? Yes. So we can see the pricing? Yes. Absolutely. If this is grown up, if this is a grown up show, can we say naughty words? Yes, we can. But here's the thing. Once you become a grown up, naughty words are only part of your regular day-to-day lexicon. They are no longer clever or interesting. That's something you leave for the young people. Right? They're the ones finding the spicy language clever or interesting. By the time you're an old grunt, it's because you've used them so often that they've lost all meaning, and therefore they're not clever or interesting. And the Colonel keeps it clean. I know. It's so that if young Timmy is watching, and his mum comes into the room, young Timmy doesn't get into trouble. I don't want to be responsible for young Timmy getting into trouble with his mum. No, not at all. Yeah, these bales are going for cheap as chips, but it's okay. Yeah. Unleash. There we go. Yeah. I mean, that was worth $3.5 grand. Maybe $4 grand if you consider the ones that are pre-sold. But I mean, it's not ideal. But I need the money. Yeah. Oh, just. Come on. Come on. Why do they do this? Hello, this is a trailer that you're not allowed to drive in reverse. Why? Because we hate you. Okay. It's because it's articulated, it's to help it get around corners. I don't care about that. We have to come out this way instead. This is the this is where they keep the cows. They keep them all in that big shed. They're in there at the moment listening to the Happy Mondays. Easy now. Yeah. Okay. Good. Once you become a grown-up, it's regular for about 5 posho southerners and their deluded worldviews. What? What? Posho southern? What? What are you on about, Dandy? Where are you going with that? Do you want to have another swing at that one? Yeah. I reckon we should get the Colonel to try to say some New Zealand place names. Please don't. So, no, we've changed the topic. We're done from here. Yeah. Yeah. There. Right. Yeah. What? You're talking about swearing? Yes. Swearing is not big. It's not clever. But it is. It is, and it's not something I do on this channel. So there you go. Yeah. Climbing lampposts for electricians or tractors. Being an adult is overrated. It really is overrated. But you are only as adult as you feel you are. Yes. Thanks for the mental image of Bez from the Happy Mondays dancing around with a bunch of cows while off his face. Bez is never on his face. Yeah. Don't mind Timmy still down the well waiting for Lassie to rescue him. Flipping Timmy. He spent his entire time down the well. It's like, Timmy, if you see a hole in the ground, stay away from it. Lassie's spending the entire time just going like, Timmy, oh, for crying out loud, I was going to go and get some pedigree chum. It's more fun to come up with non-swears anyway. Yeah, I'm not anti-swearing, not at all. It's just that were I to use the level of mature rated language that I do in the real world, young Timmy would not only be in trouble, young Timmy would be banned from the computer, and therefore it's not advisable. Yeah. Wasn't there a truck stop related swearing? No, it wasn't swearing. That was a spoonerism, an accidental spoonerism that was quite funny. Yeah, funky truck stop. I spoonerized it, and it was quite funny. Completely accidental. Yeah, and that was a long time ago. That was about 6 years ago, I think. Something like that. 5, 6 years ago. Long time ago. Yeah. Yes, a well-placed swear word is worth a quick chuckle. But only if it's unexpected. If it happens all the time, then it simply becomes punctuation. And carries as it's one of the things I teach people, because I work with people who do a lot of writing. I do a fair bit of writing myself, but I teach other people about how to do writing well. That's gone well on the subject of things that are going well. And the one thing that you see more often than not, this is not writing fiction or anything like that. This is like writing news posts and that kind of behaviour. And the one thing you see with kind of novices at this kind of writing is an overuse of exclamation marks because they're trying to make it sound exciting. And I said, well, look, here's the how you get around it. Okay. Firstly, you're allowed 1 exclamation mark for every 1,000 words that you write. Okay. Secondly, if what you're saying is not exciting without the exclamation marks, adding the exclamation marks is not going to make it any better. And then I teach people how to do what I call an adjective pass. Others may have come up at the same time. I'm not pretending that I made this up. The adjective pass is take the thing you've written, remove every adjective. Does it still sound exciting, fun, or interesting? If it doesn't, write it again. And then, when you're done, strategically place your adjectives, and the whole thing will pop that much more. It's true. There you go. Yeah. Breakdance. I was very pleased with the breakdance joke. I thought the breakdance joke was very nicely executed. It was well worth giving all of the ad revenue for that particular video to Herbie Hancock's record label. Yeah, absolutely well worth it. It's probably Sonny Bertelsmann, I imagine. But no, worth it. I don't. When I do go after the copyright infringing, as I do on a regular basis, or no, I do on an occasional basis, I'm always quite happy to pay the license fee of yeah, they can have all the ad revenue. That's fine. Adjectives are absolutely my worst writing sin. Yeah. Take all your adjectives out and then see what you can do without them, and then you can go to your thesaurus and just go hog wild on adjectives, and it makes the entire thing pop. If you've done a halfway decent job at making it sound halfway decent without any adjectives involved. Same goes for adverbs as well. Then you can really beef it when you're then allowed off the leash.
Hey!
Yes. Patrick has chucked 7 Canadian bucks into the bucket because he's missed the aluminium bit. I did that twice, and there's no aluminium in this game. I mean, plenty of stuff is made of aluminium, obviously, but there is no stuff in this game. It's not a running joke. It only became semi-running joke because I have told that story, I think, 4 times in total, because people asked, and they think it's funny to get me to do it again when they already know it. Yeah, but that's the thing, you see. You learned something. If you didn't know that already, you learned that now. Yeah. And what if I was wrong the entire time? Huh? Yeah. What if I was misremembering it? Yeah, you're not trapped in the same misremembering. Maybe I've started an urban legend about the origins of aluminium. What about pronouns? No, pronouns is a totally different thing. Anyone know what a proper noun is? Yeah, of course I know what a proper noun is. It's straightforward. I mean, if your question there, Depraptor, is what is your stance on pronouns? My stance on pronouns is relatively straightforward. Use whatever you like. I genuinely don't mind. If it makes you happy, it does me no harm, and therefore go for your life. Pick whatever you like. Let me know what you prefer. Apologies if I get it wrong. There you go. I'll go off a lazy assumption to start with, and then I'll figure it out as I go when you correct me. That's the rule there, because it's no skin off my nose. Pronouns are okay, but they're a lot more expensive than amateur nouns. Good effort, well played. Swinny's got a different aluminium story. Well, you better start your own YouTube channel then, Swinny, and then you can convert your masses to your evolution of aluminium story. So have fun. Yup. Go for it. Right, down there. No. Okay. Yes. Go. Pressure says one more wouldn't hurt. One more what? Oh, what? One more telling the aluminium story? No, I'm not going to tell you a flipping aluminium story. You were referring to rules I was talking about with writing. Oh, I see. No, they're essential. His, her, they, all essential. You can't tell the story without those. No. They're pretty essential. Is there a new disaster movie? What was the last one I saw? The last one I saw was probably the one with Gerard Butler in, who can't act. Has never been able to act. He has been wooden the entire time, and 300 was a fluke. But God bless him for getting away with it. And people thinking, wow, he's a genuine movie star. Let's give him more roles. Hold on, he's wooden. Yeah. You kind of get laughing all the way to the bank, Gerard Butler. What's it called? Iceland. Greenland. Yeah, that was rubbish. Nowhere near enough disaster in that disaster movie. Not even close. A good disaster movie sets up in the way that... in fact, I think the template for the modern disaster movie was established with the movie Meteor, which is Sean Connery. Whereby you have you have an evenly... Don't you dare, are you, pillock? Yeah, I was trying to help. You made it worse. All right. Whereby you have an even number of... you have a period of let's get to know the characters, right? And that is then followed up by there is a threat or something, right? And maybe that is shown by something big exploding. And that could be hot hail. It could be tremors. Kind of go, oh no, it's probably nothing. Could be a big windy storm starting up. No, you're okay. That'll be fine. But then that's the first one. People get a bit nervous. Then you talk to the science people. Science people dealing with stuff. Now, where people get disaster movies wrong, or they get them less right, let's say, is in focusing too much on the human interest stories. Kind of go, I'm not that interested in these human interest stories. No, I want to see stuff getting wrecked, and I also want to be playing the casualty game, whereby you try and predict who's going to get it. Who's actually going to make it through to the end of the movie. This is the important stuff. This is the business that matters. And if it's got kids, they better be able to act. Because all too often, having some cutesy poo mop it is a sign of a bad movie in the making. Bad movie in the making. What was the other one that they did recently? That was Geostorm. Geostorm was terrible. Just awful. Dearie me. Yeah. Just absolutely awful. Deep Raptor, you're trolling. You are trying to get me to tell the aluminium story. It's because aluminium's spelt differently in the US than it is in the UK, and there's a reason for that, and it goes down to the origin of the metal. Yeah, and I've told it enough times. And if this is your first stream, that's the only way I'll forgive it. But I am not telling the story again, because there are jokers among us who are trying to get me to tell the story again. I'm not going to tell the story again. Yeah. No, that's it. I resist. I may be a performing video monkey, but that doesn't mean I don't have standards. I have standards. Yeah. Yeah, you said, yeah, now you lol. Yeah. Sharknado, I've not seen Sharknado, so I couldn't tell you for sure whether or not it was good or not. But you have to work pretty hard for a disaster movie not to work. Yeah. What do I think of Don't Look Up? Oh dear. I thought the premise was fine. I thought the performances were fine. I thought it was about as subtle as smashing someone in the face with a brick. Which, okay, it's fine. But at the same time, because I mean, yeah, obviously it's satire, And there are some brilliant moments in there, but I expected more from is it Seth Meyers? Is it Seth Meyers? Either way, the other movies that he's made have been brilliantly funny pieces of satire. This one, it wasn't funny. It was just satirical, although, I mean, there were some very funny bits in it, but no, there weren't. There were some moderately funny bits in it. But no, I don't think it's anything like as good as some people have said it is. There we go. Le singe est sur la branche. I mean, we all know Izzard French. Yeah, that's just before you get to a whole bunch of mice with a flip chart.
Hey.
Right. Moonfall is the latest one and was full of stupid Grand Canyon-sized plot holes. I don't care about plot holes. Plot holes they don't faze me. I get that some people are really bugged by it. Although saying that, oh crikey, I was properly bugged. I watched this week's Picard. I've been watching Picard, even though it's not great. I watched this week's Picard, and I was going like, this is so stupid. I think I had 2 moments of this is so stupid. But there you go. I mean, it's not even good Star Trek. It's bad Star Trek, is what it is. But which do you prefer, that or Discovery? Oh dear. I think it has to be Picard over Discovery. Discovery had a moment where it could have been cool, and then it wasn't. And that was season 3. 3rd season of Discovery. Yeah, I know, I sat through them all. But actually, I probably sat through them all while I was playing Farming Sim. I'd stick it on my second monitor and just kind of go, yeah, you just get on with it. Yeah. Oh dear, no. Discovery was just so bad. Just so bad. Ho hum. 2012 was a roller coaster ride. 2012 was fantastic. I love 2012. It was an epic shark jump of a movie. With so many good bits in it. Just so many good bits in it. Apart from the last 25 minutes, I suppose. The rest of that movie, just such good fun. And you're absolutely right to call it a roller coaster ride. That's exactly what it was. Did exactly what it was supposed to do. It was magnifico. I'm being summoned on the bat phone. Hold on a moment. Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Well, I'm being summoned on the bat phone because herself is feeling dubious, and unfortunately, if herself feels dubious, it falls to me to help her out. Uber Trigger Happy has chucked $50 into the bucket. All right, Trigger Happy. I mean, regrettably, I'm going to have to cut my stream short. And oh, hold on, train lights are flashing. Avoided it. Because herself's not feeling so great. Yeah. That's a shame. Just as I know, in Akira's sense, just as my coil was reaching the green line, I will do a follow-up whereby I demonstrate cake. But I'm gonna have to cut this one short, I'm afraid, there, team. Trigger Happy, most generous of you, and apologies for bailing pretty much immediately. You're in the wrong place. This is not where you sell bales. This is where you sell logs. Where is your brain? I've been summoned. That's where my brain is. Okay. Good. All right, I've got to go. I will be back tomorrow. You've got baseball. For those who like the baseball, and should like the baseball. For those in the fail brigade, you'll have Noble Fates going on as well. And then on Monday, I'll be back with some fresh video action. Actually, I'll have quite a few bits of fresh video action for you next week. Thanks very much for watching. I'll catch up with you soon. I'm going to go sell these bales, and then I'm going to go and do my duty. I'll catch up with you soon. Cheerio.